What is up, everyone? Good morning from here in Seoul, South Korea. Good evening over there in the United States. Hope you are doing well. Hope you have had a great evening. I, as always, am Andrew Esquire, and welcome. This is the Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge. Guys, you literally do not need any legal background or training to know that today was real rough for Amber Turd. We're going to get into it. We're going to go over the actual cross. I'm going to be playing some video. Hopefully I'll be joined by at least one or two guests tonight. That should be great. And be able to get into some of this. So there's some great streams out there and great information on this topic, which is really good. Let me say hey to everybody who's in the chat, who's here waiting. I know, by the way, guys, I know that for this topic, because the algorithm is trying to suppress the topic in general, they're trying to only allow verified sources to talk about it. They're not showing streams. This is happening for a lot of the other law tubers, not just me. It happens for Nick. It happens for me. It happens for everybody in this space right now. They're being weird. They're being cucks. YouTube is really, really weird about topics that end up trending. They try to suppress them. They try to make sure only approved outlets, get information out there. It's really weird, but just make sure that you're checking in, that you're subscribed. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tweet this one out because literally, otherwise people may not know that I'm actually live right now. That's how bad it's gotten, guys, is that literally if you don't, put the information out yourself, nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. Shout out to everybody in the chat here. Let me get everybody's name here in the chat. So we've got Johnny Osprey, what's up? Ivan's Country, Music and Cars, what's up? Lee White, what's up? Johnny Osprey, I got your name, what's up? Patrick, what's up? How's it going? Let's see. Jay Liebgott, what's up? How's it going? Blonde Asian, one of our members. Thank you. Welcome to the membership as well. Rhonda Ray, what's up? Radix, what's up? She's going to be on a little bit later, hopefully. Nicole, what's up? John, what's going on? Ken, Little Binger, Danielle, Chris, what's going on? We're going to get into what IO is, Patrick. Do not worry. Do not worry. That's coming up. That's part of the stream. It's an unfortunate part of the stream, but we got to it today, so we will be discussing it. Do not worry. See some new people here. Penny, KM, Big Ben Gamer Ops, Digitalis, Chris Banks, Don. Let's see what's got. Nestor, Angela, and Bruce. What's going on? All right, everybody. Yeah, today was a crazy Amber day. Literally a crazy Amber day. Of course, every day with Amber is a little crazy, right, guys? I mean, let me start out with this. Because the part of this trial that gets me is that people try to say, I heard Chris Rock tell a joke, which was, believe all women except for Amber Heard. And here's the thing. Here's the whole point, guys, is that this is not just Amber Heard. Let's be very clear. I know people very much like Amber Heard. I've dated girls, and and let me be very clear what I mean by dated. Because I actually got asked a question by a girl the other day. She said, "Well, Andrew, you use words so weirdly. You say dated and girlfriend, and they don't really mean the same thing." And I'm like, "Well, yes, I say one of many girlfriends because, well, it's girls I'm actively seeing. It's not platonic. I'm not an orbiter." Right? Definitely smashing. But, usually there's multiple girls I'm seeing. Sometimes there's just one girl. But if I say girlfriends, that doesn't imply exclusivity. So that is kind of weird compared to most people. But, it is what it is. And when I say dated, that just means I'm seeing them more than once, frankly. More than just coffee, a drink, or a quick smash. So, I'm going out and, maybe seeing them on a regular basis or, hanging out with them on a regular basis. That's dating to me. But these girls, literally on the second or third date, they've got a great mask. The first date you go out with a girl like Amber Heard, they will be pleasant as hell. They will be sweet as hell. But you get them down the road and the mask starts to slip. And the point is, we are seeing what happens when the mask slips on Amber Heard and what happens with girls like Amber Heard. Right? It's really It's unfortunately common. It's unfortunately common to see people with behavior like that doing things like that. That just happens. That just happens. Oh, and Capricious is appreciating the whiteboard. Yes. So now I'm adding, guys, I'm adding a lot of accessories. You need to appreciate that. So first, I got the banner, right? The banner's back here. That came from Florida. Thank you. Shout out to Ziggy Shrugs who got that to me. Then I got here. So the trending hashtags here. We got me, Pooh, Camille. If you want to tweet at me, Legal Mindset, or you can go to my IG, which is Esquire International. So if you want to send me something on IG, that works too, right? Or on Twitter. So if you're trying to send me something during the show and you want me to actually pay attention to it, those are the best two places to try to send me information to get over there. So I think that today really, really, really did show what happens when you deal with a woman like Amber, because literally on the second day of Cross, nothing was Amber's fault. She was Saint Amber, who could do no wrong, who did nothing wrong, who took no missteps, and that has blown up. It's been exposed on multiple occasions throughout the Cross today that she was lying. And why was that exposed? Well, because essentially Amber Heard has said throughout the course of her Cross that medical reports are lying, that documents are lying, that text messages are lying, that other witnesses are lying, that doctors were lying, that police officers were lying, that it's going to get to the point where her sister, right? Because that's coming up. Her sister is going to be a liar too. I mean, nobody tells the truth except for Amber Heard. That is a key component of a crazy person. That's a key component of NPD, HPD, histrionics, narcissism. It's key. That's centerpiece right there. Everybody but me is a liar. Yeah, that's not likely. By the way, so just so you guys know, I think most of you who've been following me know my schedule. I'm streaming. So I've been streaming pre-stream because I'm here in Korea. So I want to, take advantage of the fact that, well, I'm up in the morning because that's evening for me. So I'm streaming before the trial at 7 a.m. I'm also streaming afterwards. Oh, and one more thing real quick. Let me bring this up. So I was on in the morning. I was on with Ricada until about lunchtime. And then I had to go because I actually spilt a drink on my laptop. It actually happened while I was streaming with Jeff, but it was beginning to actually mess things up. And I had to drain the fluid out of my laptop keyboard. I don't know if you guys ever had to do that and clean it out. I had to pop out keys and stuff like that. So that took me a while to get it all squared away. But we're good now. No sticky keys, right? Today. Yeah, that's what happens, guys. Keep your drinks, especially sugary drinks, away from your keyboard. It was a big oof. It was a big oof for me. Paulina says, I must be worse than Amber Heard because I couldn't pass the second date. I couldn't watch much of Cross because it was Hiroshima on her case. Absolutely. Here's the thing. It was destroying her case because, and it was cringe. It was cringe. I mean, there were points at which, and we're going to get to some peak cringe today, but there were points at which it was hard to watch. I'm not going to lie. Some of the stuff was really, really, really hard to watch. We're going to get to some of the clips today that are really embarrassing for Amber. And we're also just going to kind of listen through part of it. But it's difficult at times. IFID said, take my money, you hateful bigot. Congrats on the turbo grift with about as much sleep as I got during the last month of grad school. Yeah, guys, I'm not sleeping this week very much. Next week, I am supposed to go to the United States. There may be a complication. There may be a plot twist that delays me, but I'm still going to go in the next, if not next week, then the week after, even if there is a plot twist. But I'm actually supposed to fly out. I'll be in Dallas. I'm supposed to meet up with Kurt. We'll see about that. That would be on the 27th or 28th. But we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. But I'm definitely not sleeping this week. Definitely not sleeping this week. And guys, make sure to please like and subscribe. That also helps the channel. All right. So now that we've got that little bit out of the way, let's just jump into this with some of the cross. Let's just do it real quick and start out with that, and then we'll break it up and analyze different pieces of it. But I just want to make sure you guys are really understanding how deeply this destruction went down. And we are going to cover, I am going to cover the objection Mageddon. This was fucking great. But I'm going to start with another kind of slower part of it, and then we'll work our way up to that. That's like a crescendo, was the objection Mageddon. But this today was just absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. All right. So let's start here with this part of the cross.
Tom, may I please have you put up Plaintiff's Exhibit 881A? Ms. Hurd, I'm going to ask you to take a look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 881A. This is one of the articles containing the counterclaim statements by Adam Waldman. Is that correct?
I haven't seen the article yet.
Okay. Why don't we go to page 8 of this article?
You haven't seen the article that you're making a counterclaim about? First of all, what? But okay, let's let this play out.
Adam Waldman, Depp's lawyer, said afterwards, quote, Amber Heard and her friends in the media use fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and shield, depending on their needs. They have
That's facts, by the way. That's 100% facts.
selected some of her sexual violence hoax facts as a sword, inflicting them on the public and Mr. Depp. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Is that one of the statements that you allege are defamatory? It's defamatory?
That's correct.
Okay. Can we please go to Plaintiff's Exhibit 881B?
DUI guy back there has had a fucking giant sneeze, like a huge sneeze. Pretty good, though.
And if we could go to page 10 and 11. In Plaintiff's Exhibit 881B, Depp's lawyer Adam Waldman said the various discrepancies prove that nothing Heard and her friends said about the events of May 21, 2016 could be considered credible. Quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempt didn't do the trick, he told thedailymail.com. The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine and roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, and then placed a second call to 911.
Yep.
But even this didn't have, oh, apologize. You're fine. Okay.
So once again, and there's some valid sidebars and some like invalid sidebars, but I think in this case, Elaine is, as she's doing during the trial very often, just trying to stall, frankly. Let me fast forward this a little bit. Fast forward this just a little bit. Just gonna buffer here for a second, but yeah. So Elaine really does a good job of stalling, but it's just stalling.
We have reached the beginning of the end of Ms. Heard's abuse hoax against Mr. Depp. Is that correct? Is that one of the what you claim is one of the defamatory statements said by Mr. Waldman?
I believe so.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Heard, you're not aware of any career opportunities that you lost as a result of Mr. Waldman's statements, are you?
This is huge. She didn't lose shit. She wasn't going to get shit. She was not on an upward trajectory. She literally is hitting the wall. She's hitting the wall as a woman who literally I mean, and look, I think Johnny Depp said this, and I'm going to be straight up, and let me minimize this here real quick so I can talk to you guys. But I'm going to be straight up. Amber Heard is the type of actress who her career is based on being the hot girl in things. It's not based on her acting chops. She's not a great actor. She's not. She doesn't have a huge acting range. She's unbelievable. We saw that literally in court when she's expressing and emoting herself in a very unbelievably fake way. She was not there for anything other than eye candy. That was it. And as Saran says, it's not that hot. Not that hot, right? So people are simping for not that great. But yeah, Mr. Batsu, she left hot. And so now that she's left that area, now that she's left that zone, she's got to find another grift. She's got to find a different grift. And you see people like Emma Watson going down I am the representative of all women. I am going to stand for gender-based, identity-based violence. And this is the grift that she has selected. She picked that grift. She went down it. She said, she's the LGBTQ++ because she's dated women and abused women, let's be clear, which we'll talk to you a little bit later. But because of that, she knows she was on a downward trajectory, but her team has to countersue because they're countersuing for $100 million. They have to say she was going to become the next action hero. She was big. They literally are pompous enough to think she would be bigger than, or as big even, as Jason Momoa. Ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Trish is saying, wasn't it 7 million she got? 7 million was from the divorce. She hasn't won any civil claim against Johnny. The divorce was the only thing she got. That was it. Just the divorce. So she hasn't won any other thing in any other trial. Let's be clear real quick. All right, let's jump back into this.
Well, it's kind of hard to point to the jobs you're not offered,
Right.
to the gigs you don't get.
You were not replaced in Aquaman 2, were you?
They released me from my contract, and I fought to stay in it, and they kept me in it. I just don't know how much I'm in, actually, of the final cut.
And you testified yesterday that L'Oreal actually extended your contract in April of 2020. Is that correct?
In part, they extended it and held me.
And you testified yesterday that L'Oreal extended your contract.
We'll see how long L'Oreal keeps Amber Heard on, honestly, after this trial. So if anything, the trial is going to be the finisher there. And by the way, I've talked about how Johnny Depp won big by retaining his corporate sponsorships, particularly Dior Sauvage. And Dior won big. L'Oreal, if they know what's best for them, they will drop Amber like a turd. Drop her like the massive grumpy she took on that bed. Because frankly, at this point, she's despised. She literally waited, tried to sneak out of the courtroom after Johnny Depp so she wouldn't be booed. There were throngs of people outside cheering for Johnny. And the problem is they waited around to boo Heard, but she was trying to wait in there to avoid the ire. Because ain't nobody there standing for Amber. Although I will say, allegedly, and this is an allegation, who knows, but allegedly the line cutters today were the Amber stands. Now, of course, that's kind of easy to call them Amber stands, but I know that the ones from the previous day, the first day that Runkle and Lawn Lumber and DY Guy were trying to get in, I know that the ones that were the first day, there were some photos that seemed to confirm that the Karens that cut the line were pro-Amber TikTokers. It seemed to indicate that. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Contract again in November of 2021, correct?
Not exactly. They extended it because they couldn't use me or any of the materials for me.
And that extension was for 20 months, right?
That's correct.
Ms. Heard, you testified yesterday how Mr. Waldman's statements, quote, torture you every day. Do you recall that testimony?
I do.
And then, and that you look at them every day.
I look at the online attacks, the media, you can't avoid it, to be honest, that those statements are often attached to. I don't look at statements every day.
Okay, let's go to this. So here's what she said. She looks at it every day. Okay. What do you think she looks at? The thing she's looking at is us, is the internet, right? She's watching Rakeda, she's watching Legal Bytes, she's watching Tugs, she's watching people online just savage her with facts. And she is salty because she can't suck off, she can't pay off, she can't get a beta male orbiter to shut up people on YouTube from putting out straight facts. She doesn't have somebody like IO getting the, once again, a beta orbiter. We're going to get into IO, right? But you got a beta orbiter at the New York Times to simp for her. It's not available. You can't do that with everybody on LawTube, everybody on YouTube. You can't do that. Now, does she watch this channel specifically? Who knows? But I guarantee you, she's probably peeked clips from the more popular channels. I'm very sure that she's peeked clips from Rakeda or Legal Bytes during their streams. I'm pretty confident on that, just based on the number of views. Also, I'm pretty sure that her PR team keeps an eye on it. That's probably within the core of their job. Mort says, will you be reviewing will you be posting a review of the Baldo? Love the streams. Was dope seeing on Nick's stream earlier. Looking forward to the more bass as fuck live streams. Yes. And I'll be back, guys. I'll be back tomorrow on the live streams as well. I just literally, like I said, I spilt a drink on my keyboard, so I had to clean that up. But I'll be back tomorrow for sure. 100%. I'm sacrificing my sleep for you. Paulina says she has so many cheek implants she can compete with Maleficent. Don't get me started with Emma Fake Watson. Yeah, Emma's struggling because I think she's realizing, like a lot of people do, that this ideology, this toxic ideology, particularly hating all men and painting men as evil misogynist monsters who just literally grape and assault women, and that's all that men do. Seeing only evil in the hearts of men is it leads to a corruption, right? It leads to a misery in your life when you think you're persecuted and you're really not. This crazy, insane victim complex, and ultimately you end up alone and miserable. You're Elaine with her 92 cats. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. Speaking of which, I've got some good Elaine memes. I can see if I can find those a little later, actually. But yeah, Elaine is a character, to say the least. All right, so let's continue with this testimony here. Once again, Amber just does it to herself.
And you testified that you just want to move on with your life, right?
I do very much want to move on with my life.
But you've gone out of your way to engage with Mr. Waldman on social media, haven't you?
Uh-oh. She wants to move on, but she keeps dredging it up on social. Proof that Johnny is still living rent-free in her head.
I have made a comment, I believe, once. I would not characterize that as engaging with him.
This is her problem, guys. Look at her, the way she spins words. Imagine dating a woman like this, or a man, by the way. Right, she could be a man, but imagine dating a woman like this. It's easier to imagine because you're looking at a woman right here on the screen. So imagine dating Amber Heard. She's debating the common use of a word, of saying literally in a separate part when she's saying, oh, well, I tweeted something, I didn't publish it. Literally, the definition of publish, to put out there publicly, to release publicly, publish to the world, is a tweet. Tweets are per se publications. And a retweet, also a publication. You're putting it on an open bulletin board for all of the world to see. It is 100% a publication. So this attempt to spin the language, and it's consistent throughout her testimony, to spin language, pledge and donation. It's insanity. Normal people don't do this. Liars do this. This is a liar's behavior, to behave just like she's behaving right now.
Please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1266.
Your microphone. Your microphone.
I don't have this yet, so I'm asking for.
Elaine is full of shit, and Elaine is a liar. Elaine has said repeatedly she doesn't have this. This is bullshit. The counsel of all people are delivered discovery in the beginning of the trial. There's no way this is an ambush. She just probably doesn't have it pulled up because A, she's either a boomer, or B, she's stalling. She's lying because she wants to break up the tempo. And she doesn't have any legitimate objection because she doesn't fucking understand the law and she doesn't understand objections. We've seen that. She doesn't understand speculation, leading, hearsay. She doesn't even understand foundation or fucking relevance. It's insane.
It's right
be
there.
given to me before.
It's a
I
photograph.
think it's just a.
She's like, literally, it's a photograph. That's it. Shut up, Elaine.
This is your tweet, right, Ms. Heard?
That is correct.
I'm going to move to admit and publish this tweet.
See, she says right there, Camille uses the proper use of publish. I'm going to publish it. I'm going to show it to everybody. That's what publish means, Amber.
I don't check the relevance.
Relevance is like the shittiest objection, by the way. But like, it has to be real bad to get off on relevance. So relevance is like if you can't come up with a more substantive objection, you just need an objection to object, you use relevance. But that is like the last resort. That's the 3 a.m. at a bar of objections.
The objection, I'm sorry, what was the objection?
I'm sorry, relevance?
All right, I'll overrule the objection.
Yes.
1C.
It's clearly relevant. Fucking dummy. And look, I will say this. Some other lawyers like, oh, don't take it too hard on Elaine. I'm sure she's a good lawyer. Well, this is all we're seeing. And based on what we are seeing, Elaine is trash. She's trash in court. She might be good somewhere outside court. Maybe she's good at cat law. But she sure as hell is not good in the courtroom in a defamation case. This is trash performance.
Can we please have it published to the jury?
I'm sorry, 1266. I apologize. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. It's got the verification check mark, at real Amber Heard. Yes, Mr. Waldman, I will be wearing makeup on this occasion, but on every occasion you will still be short. Okay, hold on. I need a special message out there. For all those short kings out there, I do not mean for her to besmirch you. Look, I may be 2 meters. Right? I may have the statuesque appearance. However, I stand in solidarity with everyone, no matter how many meters tall you are. We are in solidarity, guys. 100%. Jeremy says, gym plus legal mindset. When is the next bathrobe live stream? Actually, you know what's funny? I may end up doing a bathrobe live stream, and we may have a casual mindset when I'm traveling. So I'm going to have 2 times when I'm traveling that are going to get very interesting. There is the time when I'm traveling the next 2 weeks or so, in which I'll be in a bit in Texas and a bit in Miami. And then I will be in California later in June. And both times should be interesting, should have interesting, impromptu, crazy live streams you guys are going to have to stick around for. So just know about that. By the way, guys, please make sure to smash the like button. It's helping us in the algorithm. I'm seeing as more of you guys are coming in and smashing that like button, not Amber. Please do not do that. I fear for you. As you smash that like button, it's getting out to more and more people. Saran, her career is in the toilet. As a hot single guy, your opinion, how is her dating life? Oh, I want to tell you right now, her dating life is shot. Her dating life is fucking shot. Like, she's done. She's 100% done. Nobody, we all know, we know in this chat, everybody knows you do not fuck with crazy, right? For gentlemen, you don't stick your dick in crazy. Speaking of not sticking your dick in crazy, hey, Christina, how's it going?
Hi. I like that segue.
I was like, oh, that is perfect time for me to bring in Christina.
Yes, it is. And it is very true. That is a true statement.
Yes, yes. Do you have any message for the short kings that were besmirched by Amber's statement here? I don't know. Let me pull it up real quick to make sure you see it. But do you catch this right here? So Mr. Waldman, I may be wearing makeup on this occasion, but on every occasion you will still be short.
Oh, dang. Well, I
Bro.
mean, I like my short guys. Be quiet, Amber. You know, this is like that the female delusional calculator where they want like a
Yes.
guy that's 6 foot tall, that makes 6 figures, that isn't married, that isn't obese, and by the time you calculate it,
Minimum
it's like
minimum 6-inch dick. You know, I mean, you got all that. Yeah.
1% of the population.
No, it's like
Future cat lady.
0.001.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
0.001 of the eligible male population that's unmarried. You know, it's like that makes that money. It's like
Yep.
it's so many bags of cat litter. It gets to peak Elaine.
You love to see it.
I do love to see it.
Peak Elaine.
Peak
I like it.
Elaine.
Oh my god. Do you see the outfit she wears? Those like long skirts with the suit jacket? What is she doing with that?
They're fucking crazy.
Ladies,
They're literally crazy.
is that a trend? Like, what did that used to be like a style? What is that? Let me know.
Yeah, I really don't know. Like, I literally don't know what's going on with some of these style trends. I did have a good one that was shared with me earlier. Let me show this one. Man, you got people send me fire memes, guys, so I appreciate it. Really, it's good. So when they were showing the knife earlier, like, this is a knife.
I like it.
Brought to you by Camille. That's such good stuff, guys.
Oh,
Such
I've
good
got
stuff.
a funny meme for you. I'll send you an
Oh, okay.
Instagram.
Okay, send me.
You
an
have
Insta.
to. You got to bring this up. It
Okay,
is
I
so
will.
funny.
I will 100% bring it up.
It's bad, but it's funny.
That can be good, and we're gonna watch some video that you sent over as well on Instagram, which is gonna get like it's gonna get pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I've seen this one that you posted. This one is fucking hilarious. Like, okay, and I'm glad you're on, so we can talk about this guy. It really does. It really does help me here. Let me show you guys this real quick, which is the absolute alpha male.
There's the Chad.
The Giga Chad
Yes.
IO. Like literally this
boy.
face, like
It's
oh,
uncanny.
it's so bad. It is so bad.
Oh
And
my
yes,
goodness.
I'm saying it, okay? Come at me, bro. It is
That's
so bad.
correct.
So
Oh my
the worst,
goodness.
the most misogynistic, and I love how like Johnny can't criticize Io
Oh,
because then she's got the it's the LGBTQ plus immunity, right?
yes, exactly.
You know, anything
Oh my
you say, you're a
goodness.
hateful, misogynist bigot.
Yep.
Right? So you've
The
got
oppression
to,
Olympics.
Yep, every part of it. So
Good
yeah.
God.
Let me catch
Oh
this
my
super
God.
chat. And
I
then
will
we're gonna
just
review-
say
go ahead.
physiognomy is real.
What's physiognomy?
Physiognomy is like the face that looks like, you know, the soy boy look to them, how they all had that certain look to them. That's physiognomy. It's real. Like pedophiles have a
That's
look
true.
to them with
That's
the
true.
rosy cheeks and stuff. Yes, the cucks have a look to them. You can tell when you're
That's
dealing
very
with a
true.
cuck. It's true. And you can tell when you're dealing with one of these individuals that is questionable, fluid.
Right. There's clear flags. Like there's clear flags here. And there's red as
Yes.
Tiananmen Square.
The
I mean,
science
it's
of
fucking
facial features. Exactly, Colin. That is correct. That's physiognomy, and it is legit. It's an actual science. Trust the science.
unlike polygraphs, which repeatedly have come up. I've heard multiple people asking questions about polygraphs. I'm like, polygraphs are an actual pseudoscience, and they can be easily faked, right? Especially using your booty hole. That's how the Soviets did it. You literally just clench your booty hole, and that is a strong enough electrical signal within your body to throw off.
No.
Yes, you clench it when you're telling the truth. And then when you're not, You release it, so they can't really tell the difference. Seriously,
my
the KGB
God.
taught this technique.
Holy shit, Andrew just taught me how to pass a polygraph.
You pass it with your butt, guys. That's how
Oh
you
my
know.
goodness.
You're welcome. You're welcome, guys.
Now
So-
y'all know.
You are immune to Mari. On Legal Mindset, we keep you from being the father. A lie detector says, wait, it's the truth.
Oh my goodness.
Winning Reality said, great points on Rakeda today. You called out key aspects of what she was actually doing. For memes, check out Crazy Cat Lawyer episode 1 video. Yes, good. Good Logic got some laughs on his review. Work on episode 2 now. Awesome. Yeah, I was happy to come on Rakeda. Like I said, I literally spilled a drink on my laptop, so I had to drain out the water and the fluid on the back half. But I will be back on tomorrow for sure. But I was watching the trial from my phone while I was, just to make sure I was caught up on everything. But yeah, I had to get that shit handled. I can't destroy my streaming platform here. But I'll be back. It happened. Man, I was drinking. I was going in. I was having a good time. You guys know how it goes. You get a little drunk. You give your drink too hard of a squeeze. It's in a plastic bottle.
Well,
It's not
you're a boomer with you do the Italian hands, the gesticulating. I've seen you do it.
What's wrong with the hands? What's wrong with the little hands? It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm making a prediction that Amber Heard will wear a worse looking all white outfit.
Ooh.
Oh my God. If she wears a white if there's any white in her outfit tomorrow,
She's copying Camille. I bet she's gonna do it too. She's nuts. Like she is insane. She stormed out of the courtroom today, disrespecting everybody.
Okay, I want to play that eventually because that I think that blew over some people's heads. That the judge told her twice to sit her white ass down. And she decided, being like the blonde queen she is, to just walk out, right? Because she's used to doing whatever the fuck Amber wants to do.
Yes, that's a good point.
She's not used to doing, to listening to other people, to following their instructions or directions or anything else. She's used to being Amber, and Amber gets her way. And when she talks about enablers, people who are beta orbiters, and I would call people like Io, right? I mean, Christina, would you agree that I would get whatever gender identity Io is, I would still qualify him as an orbiter. When you say
It's not a him, but yeah.
Sorry, it as an orbiter.
It is an orbiter. Yes,
exactly.
Absolutely. It is a loser and had no career until it got to ride Amber's coattails and insinuate itself into their relationship with Johnny Depp, and kind of positioned itself as like a mediator between the two. If you listen to its testimony, that's what it was doing. But it was really like on Amber's side because Amber gave it attention and made it feel special. Probably nobody's ever done that before. Certainly not anyone that looked like Amber. And it clearly was attracted to Amber. Who knows if there was something that happened between them. We don't know. Yeah. Amber swings that way.
Yeah, Amber swings anyway. I think Amber will swing anyway to get what she's doing. Her sexuality is a weapon to get what she wants. That's the danger of people like Amber. There's no propriety or anything. I mean, she'll do whatever it takes to get her way. That involves manipulating, lying, and sex. Like no matter what, that's on the table. Whatever you think will need to be done, whether it's a bathroom blowjob, whether it's whatever it is, any orifice is available for her agenda.
When she got super defensive about that role in Aquaman, she's like, I got myself that role. I was thinking, what'd you do on the casting couch?
Yeah.
What did you do to get that role? She was adamant that she got that role. Johnny didn't get it for her. And I'm like, how many dicks did you suck?
Yeah. Was it 3 or was it 5? Was it 10? Did you have to get the whole crew in there? Like what was going on right now? Yeah, for sure. X Gundam says $10 for a sippy cup for skateboard safety. Thank you, X Gundam. Really appreciate that. Hey,
we'll get him a helmet too.
No shame in my sippy cup game, guys. No shame in my sippy cup game. Io does orbit Jupiter.
Oh,
Bro, capricious. That's funny as hell. I can't even hate on you, man. That's like actually funny. I do enjoy that.
That
Thank
was
you.
funny.
Thank you. By the way, astrology, #chick crack. The more you know.
If you ever see a woman with astronomy stuff in her dating profile, immediately discard. They're crazy.
Well, just smash and pass, guys, really quick.
Or that.
Anyways, yeah. Azure Phoenix. There was also mention that Io enlisted Lily Rose Depp and then intentionally insinuated Io that she was LGBTQ plus to bolster its own social credit.
Yes.
Yeah, Io literally was grooming
Grooming
an
an underage child.
I'm not going to play any IO video because that thing is disgusting to me, and I don't think we need to amplify it. So
no, don't.
Like literally, I'm not going to play any testimony because like just looking at that face like is so fucking cringe. I would never put myself around a creature like that ever.
No.
Like, and remember, the people you bring into your life, they affect you, right? So
Yes,
something that's out
true.
there trying to, that's like that, a person that's disgusting and vile like that is the type of person that not only will make your life worse, but will freaking groom your children. And this, if there was any mistake about what the agenda is, I mean, Io kind of laid it out there, said like Lily Rose Depp, who hasn't publicly expressed, has never expressed the fact that she's LGBTQ plus, a fucking child. And you're going out there and insinuating, putting her in LGBTQ plus propaganda. It's sick.
It's awful.
Sick. It really is. All right. So let's play the clip. Now we're going to jump over and I want to play the clip that you sent me that is fucking terrifying, right?
Yes.
So this is a clip. It's from Tug clipped it. So credit to Tug on this one. You can go over and watch the full version on his channel. But this is disturbing, guys. Prepare your fucking souls.
I wish I fucking hadn't. I wish I fucking hadn't bought into any of your fucking lies, your bullshit, your sober fucking presence, your fucking goodness, your sweetness, all the lies. I wish I hadn't bought into the months of you being you. I wish I hadn't bought into promises. I wish I hadn't fucking thought I could have kids with you. You're a fucking kid yourself. I wish I hadn't bought into any of the lies you sold. Talk about fake bill and goods. You're the biggest fucking, you're the biggest fucking seller of fake fucking bill and goods. Talk about presenting yourself as
I
something.
did myself as a fake.
Suck my
seller of
dick.
goods.
Suck my
I
dick.
fucking you've left nothing and I've left everything. So suck your dick.
Guys, that's like the little clip. That's not even all of it, but
No, she did
but-
this fucking insane cackling laughter. She
Yes,
sounded
yes.
maniacal. That I'm gonna have nightmares from that, guys, from that laughter of just like, oh my god! Talk about wanting to put a revolver in your mouth after listening to that. That's what I want to do. I'm gonna go in the garage. I'm gonna put a revolver in my mouth. And I'm gonna pull the trigger. That was awful. I mean,
in Minecraft, guys.
in Minecraft, guys.
Yes. Because I do not want to get demonetized here, but yes.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It was horrendous. I wrote down in my notes about that, her like condescending tone. The audio begins with her cackling like a hyena and a witch, trying to emasculate Johnny Depp, which she frequently does, taunting him, telling him to write a book or making fun of him, saying he was going to publish his journals or something. And then she started making fun of 21 Jump Street, which he did when he was incredibly young, like in his early 20s or something.
And making fun of him for being a young star, like a young heartthrob or whatever. And it's like,
she's like, oh, you're a sellout.
You're just jealous. Like,
Like,
sell out
what
to
are
what?
you?
You're all in Hollywood. You're all whores for the entertainment media. Like, all of you
what do
are
you
whores.
think you are? But
it's
she's above it all, though. It's her self-righteous, smug arrogance. Yeah,
Right.
the scary
it's-
laughter, mocking him. It was just insane. And what else? The belittling him, her condescending tone, calling him a joke. She says, "Oh, you're a joke. You're nothing but a joke." She said that there were reruns of all his bullshit playing too loud for her to hear him, so she couldn't even hear him. Then she says, no one cares, ha ha ha. She told him to suck her dick and go run away to his other houses. And then she called him a washed up piece of shit. Like, you hear that and you're like, who the hell would want to live with that? She is the kind of woman that she's following him from room to room to room, just running her mouth nonstop like that. It is shrill. It is disgusting. But you can really see, I think, her arrogance. Even in the courtroom, she was like, she's sticking her nose up in the air. I don't know if you guys saw that, but she sits like this and she like she's above everything. Yeah.
Yeah, she's trying to stick her nose up in a thing. She's trying to stick her nose into pretty much anywhere she can and kind of assert that she knows the most about everything. She's the cocaine expert, right?
Oh,
she's
yeah?
the Photoshop expert. She's the lighting expert. She's the makeup expert.
Yes.
She's got to know everything, be everything, and never be wrong.
And everybody else is wrong that has contradicted her. We're at 10 people now at this point.
Yeah. And you're seeing, like Dickie said right here, the predator coming out, right? The mask is slipping. Things are just dropping out. And she can't hold it back. She can't hold it back. The real Winslet fan says, astronomy is okay. Astrology thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. This is a good thank you, to be very clear.
Oh,
Astronomy is okay. Knowing where planets are, cool beans, bro. Astrology, bad. So yes, let me be very
no
clear
star
about this.
charts, guys.
Right. If you're telling me about my Mars house, you need to get the fuck out of here right now. Like, if you say Mercury is rising, you need to head over to Elaine's house. She's got some cats for you. Like,
here you go.
Like, literally.
Oh my God, Elaine today. Woo,
It is really fucking bad. Like it just gets worse and worse and worse, which is hilarious.
God.
JD, if JD actually hit her, she deserved it. Well, see, that's the thing though.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, Christina. The fact that like at some points of this, he held himself back shows he has lots of restraint. I'm just going to be very straight up about that part.
I'll be straight up about it. I think that the reason women are so uppity and entitled is because they're not getting hit. You've seen the movies from the 1920s when women would get hysterical. You just backhand them a little bit like that. It's like a reset button for women.
They got hit
Ain't
a lot.
nothing wrong with that.
I watched a 1950s movie. I watched a 1950s movie where literally like they straight up backhanded somebody in the movie, and I'm like a man backhanding a woman in the movie.
Calm down. Stop talking. Stop thinking. You're not good at it. You know, but they give these women power, and this is what happens. Unchecked power with a woman. You get Amber Heard, and not every case, I will say that. I love you ladies, but a majority of them.
What you're being very clear about, let's be very clear about this, is that when you're in a situation where somebody's pushing you to the wall, when a narcissistic monster, Amber Heard, an abuser has you cornered, once again, it's like self-defense, right? At what point are you entitled to fight back? And I think it's fair to say that there is a point at which I think it's very reasonable to fight back against a person like this. I think that's what to be very clear about that.
She would chase him from room to room. When he would try to like flee into the bathroom, she would be out there attacking him.
Physically attacking him too. I
mean, she hit him in the face. That came out today. Good God.
Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, obviously today, 100%, as Derna said, it's straight to jail. Do not pass fluent.
Now it is. It didn't used to be.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's very.
You used to be able to spank your kids too and not go to jail, and now you can't do anything.
Technically, you still can, at least in most states, right? Technically, right? But the problem is that the sentiment has gone against it. So even if the laws are on the books, which is why I like to talk about on my channel, being your own judge, making decisions, and also
I like that
looking outside of the courtroom, because it doesn't matter whether or not you can spank your kids legally. If you're going to get canceled, fired from your job, and pretty much exiled off of social media for like spanking your kid, right? What does it matter if you're not thrown into jail? You've had all these other repercussions, all these other consequences.
I
love this.
She's gonna need a job after this. Andrew's gonna hire Elaine.
I wouldn't even hire Elaine to clean my apartment. She would just leave cat fecal matter everywhere. It would be horrible.
Clean your room.
It would be bad. It would be bad. All right, guys. So I think I've caught up here on the chat. So let me jump back in. So I just want to go through the cross. Like, there's some important points,
yes.
and just break this down. I'll try to be fast forwarding through the sidebars because honestly, that's like a significant amount of the issues here, essentially, or the delay is the sidebars. But we're just going to kind of blaze through it, especially the second half, the part in which I wasn't like live to comment on, so people kind of get my take here.
This is from March 26, 2021, right?
That's what it looks like, yes.
And this is after he made the statements you claim are defamatory, right, Ms. Heard?
21, yes.
Ms. Heard, you tweeted at Adam Waldman, quote, "Yes, Mr. Waldman, I may be wearing makeup on this occasion, but on every be short." Did I read that right?
Look at her face, dude. She's fucking laughing about it.
Look
She's
at her.
fucking laughing about it, guys. Look at this.
She knows.
She knows that it makes her look like a little sassy bitch. She's
Yes.
painting herself as
Look at her.
an angel. And here's the thing: just be real. Just paint yourself as a real person. You know who's real? And look, I don't agree with his politics. Isaac Baruch, like that guy, super authentic.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not buying his. I'm not buying his cum shot paintings.
Oh.
But I think he's a real guy. I believe him. I think he's being completely honest. I think he would be an honest guy.
I agree.
You know, like I said, not
And
buying
even
his
a
art.
solid friend, like a reliable, solid dude. Good friend.
Right. Amber, on the other hand, is the type of person that if you are passed out drunk, I'm not even if you're Johnny, if you're Amber's friend, she will take a photo of you and post it on the internet and meme you without your permission. That's the type of person that Amber Heard is. She would do shit like that. She's that girl.
Yes, she would.
And she'd do it not even
surreptitiously record you.
not even to her best friend. She'd just do it to her fucking acquaintances, I'm sure. I mean, she just is somebody who's never been stopped, never been checked, never been, really.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, don't you think, Christina, a girl like Amber Heard has probably had the pretty privilege, since she's been.
Yes. I'm
14.
dying to see her pussy pass revoked. Revoked. We don't just believe all women anymore now because of Amber and her
I said
nonsense.
Earlier, Chris Rock was doing a stand-up, and he said, now it's believe all women except Amber Heard. And I'm like, okay, well, it's a funny joke, but also like, no, like
but
the answer is no.
There's a lot of women like her. I'll just say it. The majority of like young women today are exactly like her. I see it all over social media, this like toxic, narcissistic, entitled attitude. There's a lot of women like her that are batshit crazy.
It's incentivized, right? So behavior like Amber's is incentivized because essentially the culture says, hey, act like Amber on the stand. Snarky, try to be smart, try to be cute. Same thing with Gage Grosskreutz. He had the same like beta energy when he was on the stand in the Rittenhouse trial, trying to be smart, thinking he's smarter than everybody, giving sassy response, and he got fucking owned. He admitted literally to giving Kyle Rittenhouse justification for self-defense to fucking shoot him. He literally admitted that on the stand.
That was amazing.
Amber Heard did during this cross-examination the exact same thing. Through her own smugness, she literally destroyed her own credibility in a defamation trial, which is her own credibility is at the core of this, her own reliability, what she said and the intention behind it. And there's no way you can see with the look right here, somebody like this, oh, I only wanted the best for Johnny. That's some bullshit.
We can put this down.
That's smug.
She's fighting.
Since your relationship with Mr. Depp ended, you have completed your level 3 sommelier training, haven't you?
I haven't completed it yet.
You're on level 2.
No, I'm on level 3.
You also have had a baby, right?
I have.
And you enjoy
Look at her proudly looking at the jury. She's using her own baby as like a.
And you love to hike.
I've taken a break on hiking for a minute.
She's so pleased with herself. Look at her.
What the fuck is that?
She's so proud of herself.
Because she
Holy
stopped
crap.
hiking? What the
It's
fuck?
so
Like, it's
weird.
ridiculous.
Friends, right?
I do have friends.
And you spend time with those friends?
Occasionally, when I can.
And you exercise regularly?
Every day.
You just filmed a movie in March of 2022. Isn't that right?
Yes, the one I just shot in Guatemala that I spoke of earlier.
And you have you had a major role in a major film that's scheduled to be released soon. Is that correct? Aquaman 2?
As I said, I don't know if I will even be in the final cut or how
You got
much
paid
will
for
be.
it though, Hope.
It was difficult to stay in the movie.
Look at Ben Shu. He's fucking smiling during this.
For many times I had to use my body to defend myself, and that included swinging wherever I could. If it meant I could get away, absolutely. If it meant a difference between a sore face and a broken nose, you bet I would. You
That's
bet.
your testimony under oath that you never struck Mr. Depp as the initial aggressor?
Well, he was holding me against the wall by my neck. You know, I might be the first person to have been the first one to slap, which happened in Australia, you know, when he was choking me.
once
But I
again-
didn't say I was the initial aggressor in that situation.
She's never the
Never-
aggressor.
Never admitting to anything.
No,
Ever.
she's never done anything wrong. Don't you know?
Ever.
She didn't do nothing.
Mr. Depp often during your relationship, didn't you?
I had to defend myself as best I could. Didn't seem to make much of a difference.
You just couldn't control yourself, could you, Miss Heard?
I tried to defend myself when I could, but it was after years of not defending myself.
Can we please pull up plaintiff's
Mhm.
356? And Your Honor, portions of
Years.
the exhibit were entered into evidence.
Your relationship
yesterday,
was
but we
fucking
moved to
like
admit
2
the
years.
entire
Get outta here.
evidence. I can confirm that there's no other voice.
She's acting like it's
besides
10 years in
Ms.
Tibet.
Heard's and Mr. Depp's. I intend to play from 129.27 to 130.07.
So I have 356A in evidence. Is any objection to the entire 356 coming into evidence?
If I may.
Okay,
Hold on just for a
sure.
moment, Your Honor. I have to check on something.
Fuck you, Elaine.
Elaine is so incompetent.
Like,
I hate to say it. I
Other
feel
people-
bad.
And let me actually, so I'll do this. I'll minimize this and like fast forward it through Elaine's bullshit. But essentially, I mean, like people take it easy on Elaine. She's not good. Sorry, guys. Anybody who's saying it any other way, anybody who's slicing it another way, she's
Yeah.
not a good lawyer. She's
She's
not
not.
great at trial. She's not a good trial lawyer. We can't tell whether she's good at anything else, but you go what you see, and what I
No.
see is shit. This is
And
a
she's
giant
not
turd.
likable. She's not likable. She has a very off-putting personality. She comes off as very like abrasive and shrill. And her redirect today was horrendous. I guess she just gave up. She was like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't stand Amber either.
Yep.
Moving on."
Nope, nobody can stand Andrew, right? I mean, that's the whole point. Is that like
I
literally?
mean,
she's
God bless
unbearable.
her for trying to defend her, but it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you can only try.
Yes,
You can only try.
exactly.
Like that's the best you can do. Is
Black
to
Rose,
try to.
I
defend
hear
her.
she's pretty good at talking to cats. That's where she excels.
Oh, Christina, do you have an older sister? Sing.
No, sorry.
Let's see what else we got here. Patrick said, "Oh yeah, guys, push her over the threshold. Radix Verum, that's her YouTube. So she's at 199. So get her to 2K, guys.
Let's
Literally,
go.
there's 1,400 of you in here. Just smash the like button, guys. Like literally 2 of you, and we'll get over there. Get her over the threshold. All right, so I got this fast forwarded here a little bit. I want to skip ahead to a little bit of the more of the video here because this testimony is gold. Oh, Pamela says, how come they didn't bring up that blackmail letter and tell the jury she got an additional almost 55 million? It must have been excluded as part of the motions in limine. I mean, I don't know the exact reasons why the judge excluded it, but they did, right? Because otherwise they would bring it in. There's no reason not to bring it in. So I'm sure there was a motion in limine. There might have been some information there that was maybe privileged. I don't know, but there has to be some reason, some justification for keeping that out. There's no reason from an evidentiary standpoint other than there being potential hearsay information, potentially or otherwise potential exclusionary material that they're trying to keep out. By the way, Patrick says, "Congrats, 2K subs." So you're at 2K now, apparently.
Yay! Thank you,
2K, right?
guys. Hearts.
Yes, appreciate that. All right, so let's jump over here, guys. Oh, sorry, let me unmute this. So we're about to see some video here. Fast forwarded a little bit to get closer to the
next thing that I'm going to play to you
here you go.
as
By the way, okay, Christina, I'm going to ask
God.
you a question because somebody pointed this out. Do
Yes.
you think Amber's like gained, like her facial structure's definitely changed since these days, right?
Yeah,
Like, she's
did
definitely,
she get like cheek implants or something? Her
Yeah,
face
that-
looks rounder or something, or maybe she's put on some weight, but she does look different, much different than this
Yeah.
deposition.
You know what does this amount of slimness to you?
A lot of coke.
Cocaine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she has
exactly.
scar tissue in her nose, and I'm like, yeah, that's from the fucking
That's
cocaine.
cocaine.
It's
That's
not from your nose being broken.
excessive cocaine, literally.
Oh,
they
God.
should have brought that up, you know, be like, hey, Amber, are you aware that cocaine leads to scar tissue on the nose?
Oh my
But no,
goodness.
don't bring attention to it. But I mean, that explains a lot why she was so slim, right? There's the same thing with Carrie Fisher for the Princess Leia body. That was all coke, guys. That's 100% coke fuel.
would you listen to this?
And by the way, that's not me making it up. Carrie Fisher admits to that shit. So I mean, once again, they think, you know, and people like Amber Heard think their game is new. This is the oldest game in Hollywood. The
Not
oldest
fooling
game in Hollywood.
anyone.
Yep. And then you become some, you know, SJW, you know, older chick and try to ride that out as the end of your career. I mean, that's the trajectory that she was following.
Punching. That's good one.
Her body language during the deposition is very telling, by the way. Like looking away, not paying attention, eating, like all those
She
things
doesn't
are
care. Disrespectful.
She really does not care. As I take a sip of my Gatorade here.
I accidentally, I swear, when I was trying to close the door, I guess stretched your toes. I didn't do that. I like that down. You like to close the kick the door. I said, close the door. Get more open. So
But I did not need to do that.
I was bent down behind the door.
I did not do anything to her. I did not kick down the door or push the door. It's so different than you. I did not. I swear. I mean, that was not my intention. I think I remember when it was scrape my toes.
Okay. So you told him in that excerpt that you hit him with the door but did not intend to hit him, correct? Did you say that?
I said whatever I said in that recording. I
Okay.
don't.
I wasn't listening.
She wasn't
She's
paying
literally saying,
attention.
I wasn't fucking paying attention to that. She's like,
Oh
I
my
said whatever
goodness.
I said.
Because she doesn't know.
Literally, because she just says stuff and doesn't care.
Oh, God.
For me to remember every single.
And that's a recording marked as exhibit.
It's hard for me to remember what you just played for me. Okay, blonde jokes aside, right? This is a new level of idiocy.
Q. That we
Q.
just played.
Q. Would you continue to listen to exhibit Q?
Are these from the same day?
I reacted, but this whole the door thing. I never did that. That was on purpose. I was on an accident.
Let's say that was an accident. I then stood up. I don't even know if I said, might have said, what the fuck? You know, whatever. That just get hit in the head with the fucking corner of the door.
I'm so sorry. I did not. I'm sorry.
And then I stood up. And then you felt the fuck.
I remember hitting it as a response to the door thing. I'm really sorry about hitting you with the door.
Look at that smirk.
It is evil.
I meant to hit you. And
Look.
I did not do this thing with the door. I do remember. I did mean to hit you. The door? No, God, no. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
You see her eye roll?
Tell Johnny
The eye
Depp that
roll.
You did mean to hit him.
She doesn't take it seriously at all. I mean,
No, and
this
she's
is-
deriving pleasure from reliving it, from reliving the abuse. Like she's,
right.
yeah.
She's
You see the-
minimizing Johnny. The eye roll was at Johnny, right?
Oh yeah, yes, and the corners of her lips going up into that ridiculous smirk.
Yeah.
She's
Put-
awful.
Imagine dealing with her on a constant basis. Imagine dealing with her all the time.
It's not
it'd be
worth
bad.
it.
And it also misrepresents that what actually happened, which is him trying to get into a room I'm trying to keep him out of. And then he runs the door over my toes, trying to get into the room. I tried to push him out of it, which is what the hit is referred to. And Johnny, whenever he was injured or touched at all, we referred to it in these ways of punching or clocked or whatever. And whether you
This is projection. Let me stop here for a second.
Oh
Pause
my
this.
God.
This is such projection. She's literally describing what Johnny would do. Like Johnny would try to
Yes.
remove himself from the situation. And whenever you were assaulting him, you would call it a grape, right? You would say you got graped by a bottle. You got trumped by the pelvic bone. It was
Yes.
it was bad. It was bad. And by the way, we're gonna get
It's
to the
terrible.
TMZ stuff. Don't worry, we're gonna get to that. That is
Oh,
is
she's
coming.
perjured herself.
That is
Yes.
coming. She literally just perjured herself
She
on the
did.
stand, and she opened herself up for a separate claim with the TMZ stuff. Like
Yes.
that in and of itself is going to be a huge issue. And she just fucked TMZ, by the way, because TMZ. Here's the thing, guys. Here's how we know she sold it to TMZ. TMZ copyright claimed about everybody in LawTube over that footage. Even me, I had it for one stream. I had to clip it out because TMZ copyright claimed it. So we all know, I can tell you that TMZ has the copyright to that. The only way for them to get that is for Amber to sell it. There's no other way. That's the only way for them to get it. Right?
Yeah, that's crazy. And didn't she? I've
Crazy.
heard that she's opened herself up to a police investigation now in the UK, and she might not be allowed to step foot over there.
Wait, is that happening really? For real? I didn't know that part. Is that
Yeah, I saw somebody saying that today, that they think that that's what's happened.
true? Yeah. I mean, that's very true.
Oh my
If your
goodness.
thing is gone and you want to ride on cocaine. There you go, guys. We're jamming today. When they played the music, Rakeda, Bronca, and I, we were getting down with that music video there. That was pretty good. All says, always, though my dad was abusive because he'd snap at my mom, just realized in the 30s that my mom was borderline. I've
Ooh.
been crying lately with all this. And look, guys, I understand this is
Aw.
hard for people. I really do, because this, like I said, this is a hard case because people in your lives who are like this. And it's hard to see people who are abusers like this getting away with things. It's hard.
Yes.
It's very, very, very hard. And unfortunately, the unfortunate thing is that so many people are like Amber and exhibit behaviors like Amber and do things like Amber. That's unfortunate, but it's a reality. It's a fact.
It is. And
is
then
that-
they're enabled and they're elevated by a sick society.
Yes. I like what Danielle says. The music is free here at Legal Mindset After Dark. Yes. Yes. After dark, it gets funky, right? It gets funky. This qualifies as a karaoke. Barry says someone should do a time lapse of Amber Heard the week before the trial through the end. She hit the wall hard in weeks
Whoa.
for science. Honestly, It's not just the wall, like physically in terms of her outfits becoming more and more terrible, including fucking the Kim Jong-un one she was at yesterday to try to appeal to the Asian jurors. It's her career has hit a wall now. She is done. She's absolutely smoked anything in the future. Meanwhile, Johnny Depp completely rehabilitated himself. I think anybody can hire him right now with no issues, I think, at all. And we've seen that people are willing to stand for Johnny and stand with him, not just stand for him, but stand with him. So sorry, I had somebody hit me up on Instagram saying they want to come on. So I'll see maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow. I'll see if I can get them on. All right. So let's continue with this testimony.
You didn't discuss it with him or not, the last thing you do in talking to him afterwards or trying to reconcile with him is to get into what the definition of those words mean to him. I never even addressed it. If he was ever pushed, it was a quote. He called it a cold clock. I mean, it's just very dramatic.
He would not describe that. That's ridiculous.
That's her. She's very dramatic.
It's by the way, it's a cold cock, but anyways, not a cold clock, but whatever. The whole point is that she's the one who's dramatizing stuff and making, molehills into mountains of Maker's Mark. It's insane.
You're smiling as that audio is recording is being played in the deposition, aren't you, Ms. Heard?
Gotcha,
Smiling
bitch.
because of the audio. I'm smiling because of what's happening around me.
You even rolled your eyes at one point, don't you?
I was sitting opposite a whole table full of lawyers who were snickering, laughing, and rolling their eyes at me while I was talking.
Bullshit.
No.
Is there something amusing about kicking a door into your husband's head?
No, I was rolling my eyes and commenting on what I was experiencing at that time in recounting the
Is
story.
there something amusing
Bullshit.
to you about punching your husband in the jaw?
That is not what I was smiling about. And no, I do not think it's amusing.
Are you sure?
Ms. Heard, you testified yesterday that all you want to do is move on. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, your exact words were, quote, "I just want him to leave me alone. I want to move on with my life, and he won't let me." Do you remember that?
Yes, that is correct.
But that's not true, is it, Ms. Heard?
It is very true.
Bullshit.
You just haven't been able to move on with your life, have you? Mr. Depp.
Because you were nothing before.
In fact, on October 11th, 2018, you actually commenced an arbitration action against Mr. Depp for defamation, didn't you?
I don't recall that, no.
Your Honor, may I approach? May we approach?
Yep. So I'm going to fast forward here real quick. We'll just go a little bit further here. Okay, here you go. So Amber's being retarded again, as normal.
She can't help it. Sneed, Amber, cope and seethe.
Yep.
You're done.
On the next page.
And see, this whole attempt, by the way, guys, this whole attempt to try to say she's never read things, never seen things, that's a lie. Amber's the type of crazy person who reads everything. She literally found out everything Johnny Depp was into, the obscure jazz, everything else, and listened to it and researched it and got into it. She definitely knows the details.
Yes.
And the fact that she talks about the internet repeatedly, incessantly, means that she knows that people on the internet are talking about.
Ms. Heard, that you did, in fact, in October of 2018, 2 months before you published the op-ed in this case, that's the subject of this case, you initiated an arbitration against Mr. Depp for defamation?
It's not my understanding I initiated an arbitration. It's my understanding that our lawyers sent a letter to his lawyers after.
This is so disingenuous.
She knows exactly what she's doing.
she's literally trying to call. First of all, she's just saying everything is a lie. You're lying. You're saying something bad. No. When you tell your lawyer to do something, that is you doing it. They're your agent. I'm sorry. This is something everybody understands. If I said, hey, Christina, go smack that guy in the face for me. She's doing it on my behalf. It's not Christina doing it. She's doing it, but I'm telling her to do it. So it's as if I did it, right?
Yes.
If I said, go, put some poison in Elaine's, cat in her Purina, go spike it. That would be me going after Elaine. Of course, I would never do that to any of her 22 Maine Coon cats. I would never do that at all. However, I would be responsible in that case.
He called me a liar again, effectively, in an interview.
And that's 2 months before your op-ed that was published in December of 2018, right?
That is correct.
And that's 6 months before Mr. Depp filed this case against you, correct?
That's correct.
So you fired the first shot, not Mr. Depp.
I disagree. We sent a letter.
I disagree.
You sent a letter. You
She's
sent a letter
smart.
from a lawyer. That's the first shot. Sending a letter. I say this as a lawyer who sends
God.
letters. That's the first shot. Is a lawyer letter. Literally, we say that. Like, this is the first shot in this legal battle.
She was
It's
the
whoever
one
sends a letter.
stalking him. She was the one that would follow him when he would leave and go to a different house. She would show up at 4 o'clock in the morning outside screaming,
She
Johnny.
was violating the TRO. It wasn't Johnny who was doing that. She was literally forcing him to violate it. It's ridiculous.
Thank you.
If she wears white tomorrow, I
Ms.
swear
Hurd,
to God.
isn't it true that you once filled out a customs form falsely so that you could get?
Oh, fuck that. Okay. All right. Let me fast forward this a little bit. But of course she filled out a fake customs form. Come on, guys. Of course. Like 100%. I mean, that's an easy one for her to do. Barry says, do you think there's something amusing about, oh yeah, lots of memories of grade school and being pulled aside by the teacher. That's true. That's true. Max, Amber Heard looks at the jury the same way Grosskreutz did.
Yes.
Yep.
As if she's been coached to do so.
Or that's the way she thinks she's going to win here, is by acting like a snarky little brat, which may work in her personal life, but that does not work in court.
No.
Winning Reality says victim narrative equals inversion. Target narrative equals projection. Yes. One writes a story, they project, abuse, and invert reality. And here's the thing. I actually believe that she believes this inverted reality. I think that she is so crazy.
She is delusional.
She believes it. She's so delusional. She actually believes her own bullshit.
That might be how she survives, acting the way that she does. Is convincing herself she's right. She has that self-righteousness about her too,
Yeah. To have to believe this is right. Now, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Christina, but because you were in the courtroom and you heard a lot of the earlier, especially the medical testimony. So it was HPD, and what was the other one they diagnosed her with? Was it BPD?
Histrionics. BPD and histrionics.
So borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I forget, do you remember the nuance between those two? Because they're both bad, right? It's not good. It's not good to have either one, right? It's a bad thing. And a lot of them have similar traits, right? The hot and cold behavior, right? That's very similar for both. But do you remember some of the other differences there? I that kind of is slipping me right now.
I don't. But I know for BPD, there's 9 symptoms. She has to meet 5 of them. And part of it is the self-righteousness, her minimizing any accountability or responsibility and making everybody else wrong and the bad guy. The grandiosity, which I think we've all seen on display. Her desire and need for control, her pathological fear of abandonment that would lead her to instigate physical altercations. I don't remember all of the symptoms of BPD, but I've done a video on it where I kind of talked about it, and I played Dr. Curry's testimony. If people want to watch that, it is disturbing.
It's
because it's
very,
her.
very disturbing.
You read the symptoms and you go, oh, wow. And the other thing is that Robert Kennedy's wife was the same way. And the stories are so similar. She would hit him too. She hit him with a ring and she like ruptured his tear duct or something. And he lied for her, just like Johnny lied for Amber when she severed his finger.
But Johnny was multiply like pummeling her face with rings, and there was no damage,
with rings
right?
on every hand.
Pummeling
Come on.
Pummeling it. Veronica says, Amber Heard reminds me of my bio mother. I always thought my bio mother was a narcissist. Yeah, I mean, if Amber Heard is reminding you of somebody, that person probably had some problems, right? I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving a medical diagnosis, but Amber Heard ain't right.
Think about what it takes, though, to lie about something as serious as SA, to completely fabricate these incidences, to steal someone else's SA story, that somebody that you personally know that worked for you, to just appropriate that for yourself. Like, that's seriously pathological. It's really sick.
Yeah. So people are saying histrionics crave constant attention. They act flirtatious at inappropriate times.
That's her.
I
Lack
can
of
see that.
boundaries. Yeah.
I can definitely see that. So it's about needing attention. Yep. So Chris Banks says it's the difference between a mass murderer and a serial killer. I'm like, thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris. That's a good one right there. I appreciate that. Oh my God,
that's amazing.
Really
you guys
appreciate
are great.
that. I love you guys. So fast forwarded here, guys. So
74, line 22 through 75, line 13.
These sidebars are like epically long. Like that's the problem here. Is they're like, because Elaine is just trying to stall, so she has these like 5-minute fucking, sidebars, which is ridiculous.
Okay.
My God, Elaine. Every 2 seconds. I'll let this one ride for a little. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll scoot up here a couple seconds. See if we can catch it. No, these sidebars are really, honestly, the most painful thing about this.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you
Here we go.
send a text message to Jerry Judge on May 24, 2016, telling Jerry Judge, quote, I'm desperately
I can see in her eyes she's
trying
crazy.
to reach Johnny. It's extremely important. Please tell him.
I remember sending the text message that is in front of me right now to Jerry. And I remember sending this because I wanted to tell Johnny or have him told by Jerry or someone who knew him or was close to him. Basically,
oh my goodness.
Out online that I had or was about to file, or I had already filed for divorce. I wanted him to know verbally. So I was trying to reach him through a third party to tell him. When I say reach, I'm specifically saying I would like him to know information coming from me or coming from Jerry, from me, so that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
Oh, who alerted them? Who alerted them? Look at the look on her face.
Here we go. Here we go. Hold, let me just say it. Let me say it. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha. So as we brought the TMZ earlier, so we're gonna hear it, guys. We're gonna hear how she fucked up, and this is her literally right now. We are seeing her committing perjury live and on TV. This is why when I tell it she loses, this is Amber Heard. This move is going to cost Amber Heard millions. I mean, this is going to cause her future legal troubles. Straight up. And TMZ too. They're going to be dragged in this too. TMZ is probably out there like, oh, fuck. Like, now it's like, now they've got the STD too, right? They banged the trashy waitress at the Waffle House, and now they've got the STD too. It's coming. All right, here you go, guys.
To your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't
TMZ
know how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea what TMZ
Yes.
Did they pay you for that?
I never got paid for it because I had nothing to do with that.
That's
the
not
look on
how
her
it
face.
works. That's not how it works. Literally, I guarantee you, she's like, I didn't get paid. My lawyers did. My publicist did."
Exactly.
You know, it's like, look, Amber, they cannot use that video without your consent,
Exactly.
which requires you to either give it to them for free, aka have something to do with that, or sell it. More likely
Yes.
because you are a cheap dime street trailer trash
Oh.
piece of garbage. You sold it to them. I guarantee you sold it to them. Miss Pledge Not Donate. Pledge means donate, and the money's still in my bank account, and I intend to give it to them in the future at some unspecified point, but I actually don't ever have to. But I pledged it.
I pledged.
Christina, it's like, pledging me, $1 billion. But here's 50 cents. That's, and not even 50 cents from you, 50 cents from like my simp, so it's like,
Oh
it's
my
like, hey,
goodness.
hey, Christina, send them $1. All right. Say it's from me. Say it's from me, dollface. Wink. She hasn't sent a dime of her own money to these charities.
Not
a
one
fucking
penny.
dime. Not a dime. And by the way, her letter said that she was sending money to them over and above what she already gave. Well, she already gave
That's
zero,
right.
so anything was over and above.
Yeah, exactly.
So this, guys, right here live, this is perjury, right now in this trial. And it opens up a separate cause of action here, a separate potential cause of action.
So TMZ was just lucky in getting the inside scoop to your divorce from Mr. Depp, huh?
I have no idea. That's not my area of expertise. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
You wouldn't know how to send a video to TMZ. Let's say that one
Come
more time
on.
because this is so,
She's-
sorry, but this is so fucking this is so incredulous. Let's say this one more time. I just want to play this little
So you
sequence.
had
here
been
one more.
alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't know
TMZ
how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea what TMZ
Did they
owns.
pay you for that?
I never got paid for it because I had nothing to do with that.
So TMZ was just
So in her statement there too. Let me thinking about it one more time. She's saying I never got paid for it. She's trying to get out of if she just sent it to them.
Yeah,
and
this
she's
is
trying
like
to say-
weaselly behavior.
Weaselly, so the weasel words here are I never got paid for it, meaning she could have given to them for free, right? Just to slander Johnny Depp. She could have done that.
Yeah.
That's possible. So she gave it for free and she didn't do it. Her agent's done it because we know that she doesn't count her
Exactly.
agents as her minions, her beta orbiter IO, like all these other people. They don't count as her, despite the fact that they're all doing stuff for Amber Heard. They're
That's
simping
right.
for whether they're paid to do it or not paid to
I
do it.
would call Io her co-conspirator.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I always like her Gollum, It was just, yes,
Yes.
master. I will get
Yes,
them
master.
for you. It's bad. It's bad. We hate them, master. We hate them. That's Io, right?
It
Somebody,
is.
by the way, somebody fucking meme Io and put him on Gollum, okay?
Yes,
Please,
do it.
please, right now, chat.
And write the name Io Tell a Lie.
Yes. Right. Put fucking Io on Gollum. Send it to me. I will give you credit for it. But you will be doing the world. You're doing the internet a service.
lucky in getting the inside scoop to your divorce from Mr. Depp, huh?
I have no idea. That's not my area of expertise. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
How to kind of send a video. Once again, crazy.
Okay.
And also, what does that get me? If I wanted to,
See, here's how you know she's lying. She didn't have to add in this stuff. She feels compelled internally to say something. Look at this
To
woman.
justify.
She ain't believing shit. This woman ain't believing shit. This girl who's been quiet and really passive, she's leaning forward. DUI guy's got his chin up. I mean, everybody is paying attention here. You know, other than a couple people that have just been sleeping the whole trial, but we ignore them.
Things about Johnny. I could have done that in a much more successful way, in a bigger way.
So she's saying that if she would have done it, she would have been successful. Like,
yeah, okay.
Get the fuck out of here. She's like, oh, I'm perfect. I never would have been caught. I would have been way more successful if I was trying to sell them. Get the fuck out of here.
For years.
Now, when you were extorting him for
that, and literally that would have been per se defamation. So, so yeah, if you were trying to do a wide effort to slander his name, right?
For $7 million.
I got a fraction of what I was entitled to in the state of California, by the way.
Entitled to. Listen to that.
Entitled.
She's entitled to everything.
Van Reeves, your ex-wife, right?
Here we go.
She's my ex-partner.
She's the one that told.
Okay, so now remember, this is because this is another way. So the TMZ is the first way that she took a giant L, that Amber literally may have just completely lost it right there. She's done a lot of stuff that's fucked up. So that's one where that's a nuclear bomb. That was Hiroshima, but here's Nagasaki, right? And she opened the door for this one. She completely opened the door for this one.
That you told this jury Mr. Depp was jealous of, right?
Yeah, well, that was 2013 fights around March, yes.
You testified that he tried to burn one of her paintings, right?
That's correct.
You testified he tried to burn one of your favorite paintings that she did, right?
I don't know if it was one of my favorites.
You committed domestic violence against Miss Van Reed during your relationship, didn't you?
Boom.
Oh.
Boom. Boom. There it is. It doesn't matter what Amber says. Here's the thing. Camille said it, and now the jury heard it. There's no objection to it. She can't get that out of here. It is what it is. She opened the door to that question. It doesn't matter what Amber says. They heard it, guys. That's the important thing. That's the huge nuke there. It doesn't matter what comes after. It doesn't matter because Amber's going to lie. Amber's going to Amber.
Amber's going to Amber.
She's going to, and the jury knows at this point, she's not going to have a fucking straight answer. She's not going to say, yes, I did. Of course she's not, even though she per se did commit domestic violence.
No, I did not.
You assaulted her at a Seattle airport in 2009, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Literally you did. Literally that. There's evidence of this. So yeah, I mean, there you go.
I saw that.
That's not true.
That is true. People literally saw that and reported it. Like, what are you trying to get here? Like, this is something out in the open.
Covered in the press. Isn't that true?
It was planted in the press by Johnny's team.
The whole incident. So she is literally saying that everybody who saw it and reported on it, all of them are simping for Johnny. Everybody, the people in the Seattle airport were planted there by Johnny. They were crisis actors, right? I mean,
that's the level of stupidity of what she just said. That's the implication.
This is insane.
After I got the TRO. Not coincidental.
Can you please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1279?
Your Honor, may we approach?
Okay, let's do a little fast forward because Elaine's approaching.
Look at the look on her face. She's pissed.
Oh my God, it's so bad. I mean, she's like okay, it's gotta do fast forward because her defeated puppy look is good here. Like, and then when she tries to look at the jury, and you see the point, she looked at the jury and she looked away quickly.
Yes.
Because none of them are making eye contact with her.
Displayed for the witness. This is an article from 2 years ago, correct, Ms. Heard?
I don't know when this
May
was.
of 2020.
It's an article. It probably has a fucking date on it. Read.
That's not when it came out, no.
It's
what?
Wow. Okay.
This story started getting planted in after I got a TRO, after I got a restraining order against
That's not a date.
Johnny.
Nope.
The headline says Amber Heard
Objection,
allegedly
Your Honor.
struck.
She's reading the headline, but
Your Honor ruled she can't say that.
If you want to approach again.
see, she opened the door, but the point is here's the point. Camille already dropped the bomb, and here's the loss. Look at that face. Look at that face.
She's so mad.
She's searching. Look at her eyeballs. So her eyeballs there are bracketing. She was bracketing her
What
eyeballs.
is that
Which
look?
is like looking around. That's a sign of pretty much that she's not only lying, but she's extremely insecure about the situation. She's searching for attention and validation.
Wow.
She
Yes.
constantly needs attention and validation.
She
and
does.
Johnny Depp has said, "You will never look at my eyes again," because that's literally where she got that attention and validation from.
Yes. And look at her still sticking her nose in the air too. Like this.
The hottie,
Yeah, exactly.
the California hottie. I know
Title
better
reads,
than you.
Amber
I'm
Heard
smarter than you
allegedly
look.
grabbed, struck her ex-girlfriend at the airport. Doesn't it?
Okay, so Amber Heard allegedly grabbed and struck her ex-girlfriend at the airport.
Yes, and that's not true.
She spent a night in jail. She can tell us it's not true.
The police were in on it, Christina. The police were in on it.
Of course, it was a conspiracy.
Yes, they were in on it. It's fucking pink drink. It's ridiculous.
What was that? She's doing some
Cocaine.
weird mannerisms here.
Yeah, it's just so fucking
Oh my
odd.
goodness.
I mean, I get being bored, but okay, let's get a little bit because I think this one does take a little bit longer. So let me try and skip a little bit ahead.
There's
article-
Elaine's outfit.
Title is Amber Heard allegedly struck her
Objection, Your Honor,
ex-girlfriend.
she's already-
Overruled. Go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you just had a
Start
fucking
over.
conversation.
Amber Heard
It's the
allegedly
worst.
struck her ex-girlfriend Tassa Van Ree at the airport in 2009. Did I read that right?
Yes, this is another example of the smear campaign.
Mr. Depp is not the only domestic partner we misheard.
I've never assaulted Mr. Depp or anyone else that I've been romantically linked to, ever.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Boo!
Lies.
Guys, so that was just to end there before we get into the redirect and the explosiveness there. That was a damn good area to stop. I will say that's a very fucking good one.
That was a good place to stop. I think that was perfect. I think she didn't go on too long. She didn't bore people. Camille did wonderful today.
Yes. And look, she's not going to get her to admit to anything. It's Amber.
Right.
She's going to lie. But the point is to make them lie. Make them lie.
To see this behavior, and she's never, I mean, just listen to the way she talks. Like it's a smear campaign. Everybody is out to get her. It is every single symptom that Dr. Curry told us she displayed as BPD and histrionic.
And here you go. So winning reality. And look, hey, guys, this is the power of the internet. I love this. I love to get stuff like this. People who, know what they're talking about, who've researched stuff deeply, right? Awesome. That's what I love to see on this. So winning reality says, I've researched this deeply. Watched interviews with real histrionics, not Amber. It's 100% covert narcissism. They use tactics that mimic other SCHB. I guess people,
Maybe like Cluster B. or
Cluster
something?
B. Maybe.
Yeah.
So they're mimicking other, I guess let's just say other people, right? Where they
Right.
destroy and replace, so histrionics keep at all costs, think psychostalkers. Yes. So they can't let it go. They have to possess. Right?
Yes, that's her. Oh my God. It's so
She
good. She even
cannot
said in one of
let
her
it
letters
go.
that Camille brought up early in the day that she wanted to devour him. She
Yes.
wrote that in a love letter to him.
Devour him. But take that literally, people. That is literally what they want. They want to own you, possess you. Like I remember going out with a girl, and we were on like the 4th date, and she was like, "I love you," and I'm like,
What?
"It's our 4th date,"
Red
and
flag.
she's like, "I love you," and I'm like,
Oh my God.
TRO requirements, please. Like it was so intense. My soul like got scared back into my body. Still smashed though. But anyways, Future Conflict says, "Oh yeah, this is about as violent as war." Yeah, for sure, Scott. What's up, brother? It is definitely pretty much a war in the courtroom. And Amber Heard just got tactically nuked. She got hit with like the Davy Crockett's from the 60s. Shout out to our plan to like nuke the front lines in Germany to keep the Ruskies back. That would have been fun. Hunch says, over under on time till Amber Heard joins OnlyFans. Oh, my friends. My friend, she will be.
What else is she gonna do?
She's been on the casting couch for less, right? Let's just put it that way. She's been on the casting couch for less. Can I write off a pledge?
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think the IRS will not take friendly to you writing off a pledge as a tax deduction. I don't think that's happening. Amber Heard Johnny Depp actually giving the money, that's one thing. But Amber Heard pledging it, that's another. Taksu says, how many actors or actresses do not know a plastic surgery in the case of facial damage? Then how many do not go when it is possible facial damage? Yeah, that's crazy.
Point.
Like, that's your image, that's your face. Are you really saying you would not see a doctor for that?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
I mean, like, especially now that I'm in like Korea and like the stuff is like super cheap, like the healthcare is like very cheap here and the doctors are really amazing. Like, I'll go for anything because it doesn't matter. It's like, oh yeah, it's like $2, $3, $5. Like, it's like, I will just go like, yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, I just go to get that checked real quick. And it's like your bill is, and you're like waiting for it to be huge because you're used to it. And you're like $7. So I'm like, it's the power of having no fat people in your society and you know, the national healthcare actually being able to
is
work.
a choice, guys.
Yeah.
You're obese, it is a choice. Get into the gym post game.
Britt says, maybe it's just me, but every time she says it's a smear campaign, I see Clinton with it's a vast right-wing conspiracy.
Yeah.
Britt, that is based.
Oh my God, that's
It's
so
very
true.
It's very true because it's the same. Because here's the thing, Britt, it's the same type of people. She's the type of person saying this is a big. She says when she said check the internet, what she wants you to check is to go out and find these articles by these SGW mainstream and SJW platforms that say, oh, it's a bunch of misogynist, white nationalist men online who are Russian bots and trolls, which are supporting Johnny Depp. Because that's the real narrative that every one of you out there who's listening to this and thinking that Johnny Depp is innocent, you are a white nationalist, white male who's a Russian bot.
Yes.
All
You're a
of you.
threat to society.
All of you. Brian says on the firm's website, Camille is listed as an associate. She made partner in the last 6. You're fucking damn right.
She did.
Camille
You know
is
it.
making partner.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
100% making partner, and she wouldn't have to. She wouldn't have to flate her way to the top like Amber would. Just saying, guys. All right.
True,
So I
and
think
that's
we're
why
caught
Amber
up here.
hates her.
All right. So guys, strap in. By the way, okay, someone just put this one here. Carson Depp says, smear campaign equals shit smeared on the bed.
Oh my God.
Oh God, I love it. All right.
It's nuts.
So I love people are like Andrew communist supporter confirmed.
Oh,
man.
no,
Actually,
he's not.
Well, here's the thing, you know, and people
Are
don't
you a
realize that.
tanky?
Yes, drive the tanks in, guys.
Tanky confirmed.
Drive the tanks in, guys. No, like literally, there are pros and cons to every single country. There are pros and cons to every place.
True.
And you know, one thing that we got fucked in our country is 100% we need to fix our healthcare system. Now, there's libertarian solutions to that for sure. Deregulation is definitely a solution to that. However, this fucking middle ground where everybody's taking a dick is nobody's fun game, right? No matter whether you're thinking of it as a deregulated solution or as a one payer. Either way, those systems work. They work. So deregulation always works because fucking capitalism works, right? So deregulation works, right? Removing all restrictions, regulations, that works, right? One payer can only function in a literally homogeneous society which imposes standards, physical standards on their population. That's the only situation where that shit can work. That's the only situation where that can work. And they have to impose base standards like don't be fat. Like that's literally a requirement. Or you
go to
pay
a
more.
gym.
Right. Jennifer Douglas says, hi, Andrew and Christina. Amber's facade is breaking and it's brilliant. Camille is doing a great side. Dude, she is killing it.
The mask came off, guys.
Yeah, she's fucking killing it. She's killing it. Jay Liebgott says, besides, isn't Amber Heard telling the jury to look her up online a direct conflict? Yes, it is. She's trying to tell. It's true. She's trying to hint to the jury not to do it. Now, it's just she's gonna say, oh, it's just an expression, right? I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just saying, like, if somebody did it, then she wasn't. If she had said the jury should look me up online, then yeah, that would be real bad. That would be real bad. But yeah, I mean, she's trying to get them to go out there and do that. She's insinuating that. Very close. It's very on the edge. It's very on the edge. So good one to go in and bring up about that. But yeah, guys, that was the Hiroshima, that was the Nagasaki. Those are huge bombs on Cross. I'm gonna get redirect queued up here, and
God,
get
what
our
a train wreck.
get our cat bags ready, guys. This is a fucking cluster. I'm really not looking forward to this one and what's going to go down. Okay, so let me see. This one, I believe. See, the hard thing about this is, let's see if this is the right part. These longer ones are hard to get. Okay, here we go. Okay, so got past an objection, because here's the problem, that Elaine goes to the bench so much. I'm trying to get past fucking Elaine's ridiculousness and sidebars, but here you go.
Did you report? What, if anything, did you report to Aaron Filati
Here we go.
about the abuse you sustained on 12?
What, if any?
Objection, leading, and hearsay.
Look at Elaine's face. She's like, dang it.
Oh God, it's so good. Like, every single one is compound problematic.
Yes.
Every single one. And look, Camila's not making, let me just be very clear. Throughout this process here, Camila's not making flippant objections. She's objecting very, very correctly to the things that she's violating. She's not adding more than she needs to, except for maybe, I will say, there's a couple times where Camille adds relevance, and frankly, at that point, like, it's just that's just an and one. You don't really need it, but everything else is pretty much standard. The biggest ones we see and we're going to see are speculation, leading, and hearsay. You usually get away with asked and answered if it's an asked and answered question. So that's something that you've like brought up before and you're trying to restate. So usually judges will let that slide. And in general, I've seen this judge let those slide, but these are so bad and so speculative, it's ridiculous.
Yes.
And the fact that Elaine is even trying to justify this shows that she needs to go back to lawyer training school. And you can see the judge isn't buying it. Like, here's the thing. Look at the judge. The judge's brow is furrowed right there. Like, and meanwhile, let's look over at Amber, who's like a fucking little lost puppy over there. She's not getting her constant attention.
Looking down at the floor.
She's looking everywhere trying to get it. She's looking at the audience. Yes. Nobody is giving her validation.
When I was in the courtroom, she would do this stuff when she was sitting over at her little thing there, and she'd turn around and she'd like do the creepy smile at people,
She looked at you, right?
It's weird. Yeah, she looked right in my eyes and she smiled at me because I was sitting on her side of the courtroom, and I think she thought I was there for her. She gave me the creepy smile.
That's it, Christina. That's it. She's got you. She won't let you go. She's going to be showing up outside your window. Christina.
With the boom box.
Oh, God. What movie was that again?
Say anything.
Say anything. Say anything. That's right. The meme is just enough in that movie.
We need a meme of Amber with holding the boom box, guys.
Yeah, this is glorious, though. This is just glorious because this is a lawyer. So this is the opposite. So Camille is getting promoted to partner.
Yeah.
Elaine should be disbarred for this. I mean, this is bad. This is bad. She needs some like mandatory CLEs after this. Like, she needs to be really re-educated.
Send her back.
I mean, if she wants to agree with Disney, in the re-education camps, I think she can hang out in China. I think she'll be fine. But damn, I mean, and the fact that she's really trying here, I mean, you see all this time.
Yes, look at her.
That they're pushing here to try to get this information. Elaine's shaking her head because she's lost now and she's losing. And she knows that Amber is not going to be happy with her. Amber's going to shank her in the parking lot.
I
at this
wonder
point.
if Amber screams at them, you know, when they get
Oh,
into
yeah.
the car, like at the end of the day, if she starts shrieking and doing that berating, belittling, mocking, the
Right.
jackhammer style of
Right.
speech where she just nonstop.
I wonder, do you
Oh
think
my
she tells?
God.
Do you think she tells Elaine to suck her dick? Does she think she has to tell Elaine to suck her dick? Suck my dick, Elaine! Elaine! Suck my dick, Elaine! Suck it, Elaine! Suck it!
Oh
Suck my dick, Elaine!
So wild. That was so
I just
wild.
imagine
Just
she's
listening
like-
to that. Well, you
She's like,
said
"Your-
it.
Your fucking cats. Do you love your cats? Does that make you a woman, Elaine? You with your cats? You with your 52 cats? Do you feel like a real woman there? Are you a real
Tough
lawyer?
guy.
Yeah, with the cat fur on your suit. You got to get off in the morning with your little dinky dollar store lint roller, huh, Elaine? Huh, Elaine? Oh, you're going to run away? Oh, baby's going to run to her law office. Baby's going to go away. Baby's going to flee like a little cat with her tail between her legs.
Like a pussy.
Oh, pussy, meow, meow. It looks like who's taking care of who? Elaine.
Oh my God. You love
Maybe I
to
should
see
send you
it.
to hang out with Johnny because you're such a pussy.
You're such a baby.
Yeah. It's so
Oh
hilarious.
my
Oh, there's
goodness.
Shanley. Up, looking good. Her outfit is on point too. This
And
is like
she's
the
really
cute-
nice.
Didn't
by
you
the
talk
way.
to her?
Yeah, I've talked to her a couple times.
She's cute too, though.
She's really nice and like she's very approachable and stuff. She was just sitting outside the courtroom, like chatting with me and Darth News, like for 30 minutes after court one day.
That's cool.
She's funny and she knows exactly what's up. I'll just say that. You know?
I'm sure she
She
does
knows.
because she's a pageant girl, and like a lot of the pageant girls, are, like very based, like at least having a conversation with them because they know the realities and they know how women who are beautiful manipulate. Like they can see that because they're, especially if they're, you know, they've got a good head on their shoulders. They see how other women use their, you know, beauty and sexuality to get away with lying like this.
Yes,
and
exactly.
when she talks about enablers, people have been enabling Amber Heard her entire life because she's pretty. She's had pretty privilege her entire life. And
Big time.
that immunity does not come into a court of law.
Yep.
It works in Hollywood. It works in bars. It works in clubs. It works in restaurants, right? But it does not work in a court of law. No, she does look really wholesome in this, though. I'm just saying.
She does.
Did you tell Nurse Falati on 12/16/2015 about the injuries you sustained from the 12/15/2015 attack?
So the only
We sent her pictures too.
So the only question she gets out successfully is the one they literally agreed to. So they have to go up there with the judge and specifically agree to a question. They're like, okay, well, which way can I say this? Okay, can I say this? They have to get down and say, okay, judge, tell me how to say it.
That's
literally how bad
basically
of a
what
lawyer
just
she is.
happened.
Tell me how to say it. You know?
And did you text with Nurse Falati on 12/16/2015 about the injuries that you had suffered as a result of Mr. Depp's attack on you on 12/15?
Yes, she guided me through a concussion check.
And did you tell Connell Cowan about the injuries you sustained?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to sustain the objection.
She didn't even respond. She's like, it's sustained.
Do you recall Dr. Laurel Anderson testifying that she saw two black eyes
Objection,
on
Your Honor.
12/17?
Leading.
Yep, very much leading.
What, if anything, do you recall from
What if
Laurel
anything?
Camille's face. Watch Camille's face, guys.
in this case about what she observed on 12/17/2015?
Objection, Your Honor. This is outside the scope of cross-examination.
Observations
I'm
from
gonna-
12/17, the same day.
Sustain the objection. Next question.
she literally cannot move on. Elaine literally
Oh my
cannot let
God.
this shit go. Hold on, let me.
Well,
I'm gonna
Elaine
fast
has
forward
done
this
this
past part, but-
repeatedly. She has argued with the judge and said things like, well, I don't think like that's correct. Like, what are you talking about? What are you doing?
The judge tells you something and you fucking move on, right? You move on. That's it.
Oh,
And by the
God.
way, smash a like and subscribe. Help revoke Amber's pretty privilege. Oh, listen, the
Yes.
wall is revoking that. But yeah.
True.
Camille is going to be an Aquaman 3. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I'll definitely allow it.
Yes.
Although, guys, listen, I love Camille. I love Camille to death. Like, she's a great in the courtroom. But I will say this, to be very clear, guys, I am not revoking my policy. I've said this. I would not marry a lawyer ever. That would never happen in my
Smart.
life. Because they are the lifestyle, especially a traditional lawyer, not some fake law tuber, right? Doesn't count, right? The lifestyle that they're living is horrendous, and especially for a woman, you're put into a very aggressive role, and that does not. A lot of people do not have the ability to turn that off. That's the real problem.
Oh,
is that,
I bet when they come
just like
home, they're still in lawyer mode.
just like dating a cop or a military person, like shout out to those people that serve those jobs, but it's hard for those people to turn that off. And you have to have a complementary personality type that will deal with that. And as a lawyer, I'm not a complementary personality type to another lawyer. That's like the exact opposite for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe some beta simp would work out well. Like that's fine because they're willing to
Exactly.
roll over.
It'd be a good
That's complementary.
dynamic.
Yeah. It's like they're the dominant like Lady Dick Alpha, hashtag
Yes.
Amber's Lady Dick. And
And the
they've got that
beta
energy.
wants the daily dick stomping.
Yes, they're into it. They're into it.
They
which is
like it.
fine.
Like,
Which
yes,
is fine.
dominate me, girl.
You can be into what you're into. But that being said, I still smash though, for sure. Nick said the best part is when the judge tells the cat lady what, if anything.
Oh my God, she does. She thinks that is the
Mhm.
just the band-aid on anything she wants. She just has to say, what if anything?
Yep. What if anything? Yep.
Oh my goodness.
It's not a cure-all. It's definitely not a cure-all. It doesn't fix any problems or all problems at all whatsoever. All right, and let's go on here. And wait. Cleveland says, Andrew, you have to beat up Johnny to get you come. Actually, they're not dating. Like that would literally be unethical. And I don't think Camille would actually do anything unethical. I really don't. Like I really
She's
do not believe that.
nice. She's wholesome. She's nice. She's sweet.
Yeah.
She's a good girl.
I don't think she's doing anything unethical. But that being said, after the trial's over, it is fair game.
Not ask for 32.5 million from Mr. Depp.
Your Honor, leading.
She's doing it again.
Same objection to leave. Next question.
Why
Look at Ben Shu. He's like looking like, what the fuck are you doing right now? Like, I have no fucking clue. My tie is purple. I have no fucking clue what's going on right here.
just ask, why did you not ask for 32.5 million from Mr. Depp?
Because I don't want
Asked
it.
and answered, relevant.
Because I didn't want it. I realized that that's what I was entitled to, but I didn't want it.
Entitled to.
Bullshit.
Once again,
Entitled.
entitled.
No one should be entitled to anything like that, right? No one should be entitled to the fruits of somebody else's labor for what, 2 years of him sometimes getting your crazy ass pussy? No, I'm sorry. That does not entitle you to like half of his money under the fact that that's California law is insane.
It
right?
is.
But
I
that,
think-
that does not entitle you to anything, frankly,
No,
as
and-
a human on a deeper level, you know?
And this stuff should be reformed anyways. The divorce R-ing of men has to stop.
Right.
We need reformation.
And that will help relationships. That'll help men and women's relationships. I think, you want to save marriage, just stop the divorce rate. I think that's
Exactly. Then maybe men will feel a little safer in committing to women, but it's not worth it right now. It's just not.
The payoff is not. If there's no proof needed to break up. It's no fault, right? You've got no fault right now. So in almost every country in the world, so there's no fault. And so at any time you can rip a cord and take 50% in a state like California, particularly,
Yes.
right? A community property state. That's a bad deal, especially for someone like Johnny Depp, or let's think of somebody like Elon Musk or a Jeff Bezos or anybody who's a wealthy person. It's a horrible deal. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible deal.
The tape recording that was played that has you laughing quite a bit.
Maniacally.
Like a fucking demon.
Context of that particular tape recording was.
I don't really recall a whole lot about what was going on. I know we had been fighting kind of ad nauseum and in this sort of loop, if you will. And I'm doing my best to not show my pain. That's what I was trying to do.
What? She was cackling like a hyena to not show her pain.
Ms. Vasquez asked you about how you got your role in Aquaman. Could you please describe to the jury how you got
How many dicks did you suck?
I auditioned.
Over under 10.
Not Johnny. I auditioned. I worked really hard.
Oh, I bet you did.
I went to where we were
On our hands and knees.
The first movie, Justice League. I went, I think, 5.5 months early before filming commenced when I heard that they wanted to fire me. And so I put myself in the job.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Sustain.
Keep it away.
I worked
what
really
they
hard.
said.
I worked really
She did.
hard on that and had to prove myself. And I did that.
I bet.
Even though I was only filming for 6 days, I was there for 6 months. Just worked my butt off. That's why.
What, if any, role did Mr. Depp play in your getting Aquaman?
He tried to have me fired from it.
Objection, Your Honor.
Bullshit.
Speculation.
All right, I'll sustain his speculation.
How do you know that he tried to have you fired?
Objection, Your Honor.
Seriously.
Calls for speculation and hearsay.
Elaine is not understanding
What is she doing? Yeah.
Like literally, it's the firing part. Like it's a huge presumption that is not true, by the way. And like it's number one, it's a lie.
Yeah.
Number two, it's a gross mischaracterization. Elaine thinks this is a cross. She's like, lost. You can see her eyes. She literally thinks this is a cross-examination. She's like, but Camille did it. And it's like, bitch, you're on a direct. Do you not understand the fundamental difference?
Oh my God, look at her
Oh,
eyes.
lordy.
Lack of foundation.
I'm trying to lay a foundation.
All right,
I'm trying.
I saw it. I saw the emails. I saw the texts.
I'll sustain the objection as to hearsay.
Immediately.
No.
Immediately.
You were asked about Isaac Baruch and why he and that he saw no marks.
Oh, poor Johnny.
Your recollection of your interaction with Isaac Baruch during the week of May 22nd.
I saw Isaac when I was coming or going, meaning I was leaving or arriving to the building. I saw him at a distance. We did not have a in-depth conversation, nor would we. And I told him actually right after it happened what his friend had done.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I don't think it's offered to prove the truth of the matter.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Okay. Stay away from what was said. Can you just tell us what interaction you had with him and his opportunity to observe you with absolutely no makeup?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading.
Sustain the objection. It's leading.
She just not know how to not
Please
lead.
describe for the jury your
She
interaction.
can't help herself.
with him the week of May 22nd.
There you go.
Well, not only did I have makeup on, but I did attempt to kind of let him know what happened.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Oh, God.
Look at Amber.
She's mad.
She's so pissed off. She's like got the most incompetent attorney ever. She keeps trying to add in these little plus ones, but every time they fail, because literally Amber Heard is nuking her case here because she's adding in the statements that are hearsay.
Yeah. She knows she's not supposed to do that.
You were asked some questions about Officer Melissa Science's testimony. What, if anything, do you recall relating to Officer Melissa Science's testimony relating to your injuries?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Your Honor said I could redirect after the cross-examination. when she-
She's literally trying to say you're not letting me redirect. This is like a ridiculous argument. It's so ridiculous. Like everybody should be over it. Like all of these looks, like this. This look here,
She's
fucking
laughing.
priceless.
Oh my god.
It's ridiculous. It's literally ridiculous. Amber knows. She fucking knows.
Oh, she does.
All right. I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit here because I think this one does take a second. Because Amber, yeah, see what good. That's this one really goes on for a bit.
Yes.
All right, hold on. Let me
Don't know why she's
I'll
saying
rewind
that.
this.
My
Here we go.
the state I was in was enough of an injury to her, or wasn't injury seeming to her.
To her.
To the officer. So
Yeah,
she's
the
talking
officer
about she's talking
is
about the
in on
police
the
officer. This is the whole thing. So the police officer saw you, said you weren't injured, and now you're trying to justify why they didn't mark it down. So you're saying, oh, it didn't constitute it. Yeah, because you put on some fucking blush. Get the hell out of here. Some eyeshadow. Get the fuck out of here, you crazy woman.
And what about the property damage?
She claims she did not see any property damage, but
Because there was
Claims
none.
She didn't.
Because you fucking staged it.
I walked with her over broken glass. So I'm
If she walked
What?
over broken glass, she would have put that in the police report. She's literally saying that a police officer ignored broken glass. That is something that per se you would include in a police report. Not to mention, by the way, fucking John McClane heard over here. You'd be bleeding everywhere. She would have documented the blood from your foot because apparently you walked over that barefoot, right? Right, Amber?
I don't know why she's saying that.
She's just lying. She's lying to protect Johnny.
Yeah,
She's
they
a
all
misogyn-
are.
She's a misogynist, right? Oh, wait, she's a woman. Fuck, we're in trouble here, right?
What, if any,
System.
interactions did you have with Alejandro Romero during the week of May 20?
Vape, bro.
I spoke to him briefly.
Objection, Your Honor, to the extent it calls for hearsay.
Overruled at this point. Just spoke to him.
I spoke to him briefly in passing as I was entering, and maybe when I was exiting the building, but always when I was on my way out or in from being outside, meaning makeup. I had makeup on always.
Uh-huh.
Why did James Franco visit you on the evening of 5/22/2016?
Objection calls for speculation.
Do you know?
Yes,
Please tell us.
because he was my friend and he lived next door, quite literally lived next door. And I had frankly exhausted my support network with my usual friends and was happy to welcome as much.
Oh, everybody was sick of her. Her
Yeah,
bullshit and
'cause
lies.
she was fucking
She
lying.
exhausted everybody.
Laying his head on your shoulder. Can you describe for the jury what the interaction was without saying what was said? Well,
We fucked. All right, just be clear. She got Francoed by James, right?
She did.
I mean, 100%, right? Is there any world in which, Christina, is there any world in which you bring somebody up a private elevator at 11:45 at night or 11 o'clock at night?
Almost
It was like-
midnight.
yeah, almost midnight. You bring somebody up. Is there any world in which they did not smash, Christina?
No, and this is while her husband is out of town. You know that's exactly what she's doing.
She
We all
smashed
know.
in property Johnny was paying for. You know, once again,
Yeah.
when people say, "Hey,
It's probably
you know,
in his bed.
oh no," and then took the grumpy. No, I'm joking.
the interaction was that led to that.
He, after seeing my face, put his
Objection, Your
head on
Honor,
my
calls for
shoulder.
speculation.
But does
Wait
it-
a sec. She shuffled backward to him. We've seen the video.
And
Okay.
again, Your Honor, if we can instruct the witness.
If
to-
you could wait till after the objection, please. All right.
Yep.
What-
Question.
So
what did-
literally, by the way, so the interaction that happened there, guys. So literally, her objection was sustained, and Amber kept fucking talking. Because at this point, Amber's losing it.
Yep.
Her personality can't deal with this being silent stuff. And remember, Amber needs to fight it out. She is
Yep.
internally, she is seething here. She is a powder keg about to explode.
What did Mr. Franco do on the elevator before laying his head on your shoulder?
He kind of touched the side of my face and
Oh, he started it.
responded to what he saw.
We talked about the
The follow-up to, where did you guys bang? No.
so newspaper headlines, and there was one in particular referring to sexual violence. What, if anything, did Mr. Waldman do to you relating to that article?
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation, calls for speculation.
What did he do to her?
Unintelligible. I
That's a new one. I
That
like
was
that one. No,
amazing.
I want to use that one. That's like a golden nugget from Camille, guys. Like unintelligible.
She's
That
like,
is so
"What the
good.
fuck
Like
is this
literally,
bitch saying?"
nobody fucking understands this cat lady. Like this is fucking great. Like that part is great, guys.
He was carrying the paper that had that headline on it that he leaked and threw it at me at the UK trial. We were unfortunately sat kind of actually literally next to one another with COVID spacing in between us. And he threw the paper down at me as he sat down with that on the cover.
And where was that?
In the UK, at the UK trial.
Objection, Your Honor. This is beyond the scope.
Yep.
That's not beyond the
No,
scope.
overruled.
Thank you. Why did you tweet about the makeup and Mr. Waldman?
Because he was calling me a liar and a hoaxer and that this was an elaborate hoax just to get Johnny.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Boom. I mean, Elaine will win like one or two minor skirmishes, but she loses the war, right? I mean,
Yes,
Elaine will like
exactly.
sometimes the minor objections, which aren't really important because frankly, Amber's already got the information out, so it's like whatever. But the major ones are all going to Camille here. Look at her face.
Holy crap.
She's like a confused stork. And look, everybody's looking at her like this woman's laughing at her. This guy's giving her side eye. This guy's giving her side eye. It's like, what the fuck's going on here?
Oh God.
I don't have any more questions, Your Honor.
All right.
Okay. Hold on. Here,
That's it.
So hold on. No. But this is the important part. So I want to make sure you guys capture what she says here because this is the real important part. This disconnect with the lawyers. So I'm gonna back it up like a couple seconds. Just listen very carefully.
All right, thank you. All right. Ma'am, you can have a seat next to your attorney, okay?
Ma'am, you can have a seat next to your attorney, okay? That's the first time.
You can go have a seat next to her. That's fine.
Go have a seat next to her. That's fine. Second time. So the judge has said it twice. Watch what happens.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take our afternoon recess then for 15 minutes. Do not discuss the case with anybody and don't do any outside research, okay?
So
Look at
Amber fucking fled the court. They had to take a break because Amber fled the court. Look at her. Look at her face was disgusted there.
Pissed.
She
Seething.
is destroyed, guys. That is huge. And guess who saw that? The jury saw all of that.
Yeah, she's supposed to wait until the jury leaves, before she storms out like that.
She's never supposed to do that. It's it's an instruction, not a suggestion. She could be held in contempt. It's possible.
Yes, it's disrespectful.
Mona Lisa said, "You two are the dynamic duo I've laughed so much listening to take today's disco bub." I think no problem. I like Christina on because she is very unbridled. She's very unfiltered. She's super based. I do appreciate that. And also, she's got to balance out my misogyny with some toxic femininity. It's gotta happen. We've got to ratchet this toxicity up to 10,000. Veronica says, thoughts about Amber Heard walking out before the jury left? Yeah, I mean, horrible.
Jesus. So rude.
Horrible. I mean, really ridiculous. Let me get Peg. So Peggy, I'm going to try to. So Peggy sent a $49.99 super chat. So I want to catch this one. I'll see if I can get it exactly highlighted when I scroll back through. But let me minimize this one. But I'm going to read it. Right. So Peggy said, it was reported that someone passing through the court heard that Elaine and Amber were in a huge fight after cross. People are reporting that the deputies disclosed it somewhere after the cross-examination yesterday. Heard and Elaine are fighting. Guys, I 100% believe that Heard and Elaine were fighting.
Yes.
150% believe that they were fighting. That is I'll find that. And guess what, guys? So today, so right now, it's going to be my morning. I'm going to get a little bit of sleep after this stream, but I will find that. I will find the proof that Elaine and Amber are fighting because I know that's got to have getting out there somewhere. There's got to be actual reports on that. I completely believe that. 100%. Thank you so much, Peggy. Capricia says, Elaine must have flunked out of masonry school because she can't lay a foundation to save her life.
It's true.
God. So true. Oh my God. That's so good.
Boy.
And oh yeah, here's Peggy's actual chat. So thank you so much, Peggy, for that.
Yes,
Really appreciate
Peggy.
that. I will definitely find that information.
That's
I'll search that out
amazing.
today. I believe it. That is completely consistent because you saw their relationship break down. And there's no way that Amber is happy with this.
No, she's mad.
She's
She
pissed.
just got the new PR guy and everything.
Sorry. You mean the guy who's in the middle of a sex scandal?
Yes, the sexual
By the way,
harasser.
Check out
Allegedly.
my video if you guys are interested in that. I'm not going to go into that here, but check out my video just dropped on the Amber Heard sex scandal. That is about the PR manager, David Shane. Check that out. I go into it. I give the details. I walk through it. If you want to see all the juicy details, check out that video. I just dropped. It's a short video. Or I actually may drop tomorrow. Whatever. It's coming out soon. If it's not already dropped. I forget what time it is anymore. The time is relative to me. It's crazy when you're not sleeping. Apparently, a short court officer heard Amber Heard and EB yelling yesterday. Elaine said something like, "Then fucking represent yourself." Heard on another live feed. Look, I believe it, guys. I believe it because
Yes.
listen, Amber Heard is so dominating and controlling. The reason why she has shit counsel like Elaine is because these people are willing to make her shitty, like ridiculous arguments. And you can tell that they're getting what they deserve by representing somebody like Amber. The reason why most attorneys, like for example, if I was a trial attorney, I'm not, but let's say she did come to me, I would say there's no fucking way I'm representing you. Number one, your claims are shit. And number two, you're a crazy controlling bitch. And I'm not going to do this crazy stuff you want me to do. I need you to trust me as your attorney to do what I need to do to get the W. And if you're going to try to micromanage, which you're entitled to do, you're entitled to micromanage details of the trial. But if you're going to do that, I'm not going to represent you. Go to somebody else that will let you do that. And those people are pussies and they're horrible lawyers. So yeah, she's getting what she paid for here. Torgo says, luscious Latina litigator threw down more objections today than Mark Richards during his entire career. Camille's motto, iron within, iron without.
Yes.
Bro.
Let's go.
Based as fuck. I love it, dude. I absolutely love it. Nichols says the best part was when the best part was when the judge tells the cat lady what if anything is a fix. Yeah, so that one was
That's
great.
true.
Here we go here. Law and Lumber said that earlier on the Legal Bite stream he was trying to get more info on the exchange. Yeah, I'll hit him up. I've got him in my DMs, so I'll talk to those guys, see what they got on that. That seems like it is muy picante. So we'll get more on it. And guys, this is why I do a pre and post show. So my pre-show, I will get into that exchange. I will drop into that exchange, and I will get into Elaine and Amber. Now that I know what to do, I'm on the case, guys. Peggy said, want to make it clear through Law and Lumber, it wasn't a JPG saying it was somebody passing by. Yeah, no, I get it. Law and Lumber is a good source. He's a great guy. Shout out to him for being out there and standing in the line. Are you planning... Christina, are you planning to get back in line now that it's like at the same time, probably tomorrow or what?
If it's a sane time, I'll make a go for it. But I saw my friend Darth out there at like 9 o'clock at night, and it just looked insane. He was posting pictures of these crazy people out there, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna do that.
But I think, though, I will say this. I do think it's going to calm down now that Amber Heard is off the stand.
I think you're right.
These video depositions that are coming up, like even
so
with Io
boring.
at the end, they're
And
painful.
Rocky, yeah. Oh
this
my
is going to
God.
be painful. So this is not a sexy part of it. I think that a lot of the people, they're there to
You're
ride
right.
the wave. They wanted to be there for Amber. They wanted
Yeah.
to see her fucking crazy ass get destroyed on Cross. It's been hyped up, and it lived up to the hype, I think,
It
right?
did. Oh, it did. Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I think it 100% lived up to the hype.
Guys, I had to sit through the East Columbia building freaking manager's video testimony. I was falling asleep and I'm trying to wake myself up like
And then when you wake up, you've got Amber staring at you with her fucking
With the crazy
Medusa eyes,
eyes.
sucking your soul out as she looks at you. You know, you're losing.
Yes.
You're like MP is being drained as you're sitting there. You know. Law and Lumber said the officer didn't leak the fight. Well, okay, well then the officer didn't leak the fight, but somebody did, right?
There's
Somebody
a cute officer there, by the way. I call him
Oh.
Sexy Cop.
Sec-
Yeah.
oh,
The
there's a
blonde
sexy
guy.
cop.
He's got blonde hair, green eyes. However, ladies, I saw a wedding ring on his hand.
Okay, that doesn't stop anything. You know that, Christina.
I know.
I mean, it's like we're in
Oh,
2022,
but Sexy
baby.
Cop is so cute.
Yeah, it's just 2022. These ladies are thirsty out there. It's tough on the streets. It's tough on the
true.
streets. Snuggle Struggle says.
Snuggle Struggle. I love that.
Snug- That makes me laugh. You guys have the best names. You fucking crack me up. The complete denial of responsibility, personal accountability, and rejects any part in anything negative. Anything. She always refrains to the positive. She has done nothing wrong.
Correct.
This
Yeah,
is
she's always
peak
right.
delusion. Women have no personal agency. Grump Amber Turd targeted Depp as prey. Yeah, she absolutely did. She
Yes.
saw him as a target, a juicy, fat target with a fat wallet that
An
she wanted to
easy
prey
mark.
upon.
Yeah, an
Mhm.
easy mark, an older man that is potentially in the midlife crisis zone, and she's the young. Yeah, she knew exactly what she was doing. 100%. She seduced him. Yeah, she did all that research on him prior to that. She had a plan.
Yep.
These women be crazy.
Bitches be cray. Bitches be
Yeah.
cray. By the way, you're inciting murder at this point with the cute cop. You know, poor guy.
Poor sexy cop.
Poor guy. I like Juan says, wedding bin on guy's hand. 304s. Challenge accepted.
Yes.
These hoes. They got no shame, baby. They got no shame. So
true.
guys, listen, I want to say something real quick. Thank you all so much for getting me to 39K. So I'm at 39K now. Thank you so much for getting me
Yes.
there. We are 1K away. If you haven't smashed the like button now, if you're watching the replay, if anybody out there, please smash the like button. If you like this comment, please subscribe. I hope I've earned your subscription on this. I've covered topics like this. I will be covering topics like this, especially ones that affect the broader world. This is an issue, not because it's just a courtroom issue, whether it's defamation or not. It's an issue because there are crazy people out there like Amber Heard, crazy women out there like Amber Heard, and they prey upon people all the time. And a lot of men like Johnny Depp are not just silenced, but they're shamed, but they're told that if they act up, they're going to be fired, they're going to be canceled, and they don't have the resources that Johnny Depp has to fight back. This is why people are saying, this is why men are scared, because they run into people like Amber Heard and they fucking wreck their lives. They wreck their lives. And unfortunately, it's unfortunate, but I know women like Amber Heard. I've seen them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've interacted with them, right? They're out there. And it's terrifying. And I've had women reach out to me and say, this to me, as they don't see it. They don't see the other side. They're like, this is terrifying to me. I'm like, yes. Imagine what we have to deal with.
Yes. Why do you think men aren't dating anymore? They're
Right,
not even
but-
dating. They're like, fuck that. I'm not taking some crazy bitch out to dinner, buying her dinner so she can act like, that's what these girls do. They're on these dating apps. They go out with a different guy every night. They get free dinner and drinks.
Yeah. And look, it's not, and I'm not, people take it the wrong way and say, oh, well, men, too. I'm like, yes, but we know, we're already aware. Everybody makes us aware of the men's issues.
Exactly.
Like, we're very aware of that. Right. So like, we know the men's issues. Like we got it. Like we got you. We got it. Like we've covered that. Right. That's been thorough.
No, there's
right?
a war on men.
Yeah.
A cultural war on men, on boys. From the time they're kids, they're told to be feminine, to be beta, to be like women. They're told everything about them and their natural instincts and inclinations are wrong or bad or toxic. It's sick. What they're doing to these little boys is disgusting.
Yep.
And then you wonder why they grow up to be school shooters. Just saying.
Yep. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence.
And the incel problem. Somebody get these guys some girlfriends. We need a girlfriend service for the incels.
Oh my God. A waifu service? 'Cause
Yes, we need the
otherwise-
waifu service.
Otherwise, if there's no like waifu match, it's gonna be what Light says. There's gonna be the waifu dolls, guys, because they're already going to the dolls.
Oh my
guys.
God, in the virtual
They're-
reality.
They're already resorting to the dolls, guys. Snuggle Struggle says, by the way, my lack of agency comment was about Amber's narrative. I'm not referring to women in general. Yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that in general either. However, what I am saying is that this is a pattern we're seeing outside of just Amber. There's several women. I will even say many women that are claiming they have no agency at all. That are saying that everything that is done to them is a system that sweeps them up. It's all against them. Everything is against them, and they have done no wrong ever. That is not just Amber. It's other people too. Is it all women? No, of course not. Of course not. I know many women that take serious responsibility for their lives.
Yes.
And when they see this, they're disgusted by it. In fact, by the way, the majority of people that have reached out to me that are severely disgusted on this are women. Usually the guys are like, you know what's funny is the guys are like, yeah, we knew this, right?
They expect it.
Yeah,
They've dealt with these girls.
We're like, welcome to a Tuesday on Tinder. Like, this is like a Tinder Tuesday. Like, we know, like, guys know, but women are getting an eyeball. Women are getting an eyeball into what we have to deal with. Amber Heard is the girls out there that are trying to hit us up on, these dating apps in 2022. And it's enlightening, especially for older folks who are out of the dating game, who don't know. This is more common and common. If you look at TikTok, you look at Instagram, these girls are outing themselves as Amber Heard clones.
Oh yeah, they tell on themselves all the time. It's so funny. Just the lack of self-awareness at all is amazing.
Staggering. And if you want to hear more about that, Christina, her channel Rate Experiment, she covers that a lot, which is an important reason why I not only brought her on, not only because she's been in the courtroom, but also because she covers issues like that. Io's testimony was about how Amber has all the same interests as Io, the same as with Depp.
Oh God, we don't even want to talk about it. I have some notes on it. I will say a couple things about Io just from
hold
my
on. Before you get
notes.
into Io, let me just read this last one because I want to get this real quick. So Coach Platitude says, can Johnny Depp's team call Amber Heard on rebuttal to refute her own testimony? Also, what is any corn was that heard on the bed? So I think that the audio, I think was, what was there any corn in the bed, heard on the bed? So in the poo, right? Well, I don't know. I mean, if we get the poo analysis, that'll be great. I don't know if that's coming in, but that'd be good. If they call Bo and Pistol to the stand, or sorry, Boo, right? Boo and Pistol. They call him to the stand. That would be fucking hilarious. It's not going to happen though. But no, they're not going to call Amber Heard to refute her own testimony. I mean, they're done with Amber Heard. They know what they're going to get out of her. She's just going to lie. Right? So what they're going to do is they're going to destroy Amber by having her own witnesses refute her testimony. Because
that happened today.
Yeah, I already did. In other witnesses.
Rocky.
And Rocky, yes, towards the end, right? So they don't want to perjure themselves. They don't want to go to jail for Amber. They're not willing to jump on that grenade. So what do you have to say about Io, Christina?
Okay, and by the way, for people in chat, stop calling Io a he. It's an it. It is not a he, and it never will be. Sorry. Okay, so
yeah,
for
that's why. Yes.
yes. Yeah, and by the way, freeloader, living off of them for free. So Io's made some crazy claims, said that, first of all, the first thing out of its mouth, though, was it said that it has never seen Johnny Depp ever assault or beat Amber, has never personally witnessed it. What it has done or what it can talk about is what Amber told it, or what it heard over a phone, and God only knows what Amber told about it. But Io said that Johnny Depp was loving, magical, loyal, imaginative. That's how it described him at first. Then Io said, contradicting Amber's own testimony, that Amber was vehemently against cocaine and had never done it. Vehemently against cocaine. She has admitted that she's done it, and I think we all know.
She said she's done it. And by the way, She established herself as a cocaine expert. She literally
I don't think you
said,
know how that works, ma'am.
excuse me, I don't think you know how that works. Like saying that Camille hasn't done coke, but she has.
Exactly. That's right. I did write in my notes that Io sounds very self-important. You know, oh, I was the mediator in their relationship and Johnny took a liking to me and I became a trusted confidant of these people. My impression of Io is that its entire life, this was the crowning moment of the significance of Io.
Of its life, yes.
Yes, it had no relevance or significance except riding Amber's coattails and being a yes man and basically, you know, puffing her up and telling, oh, yes, Amber, you're so great. You don't do anything wrong. I've also said I have my suspicions about a potential relationship between the two of them because you all know how Amber is with her promiscuity. Io said that it saw Johnny Depp, Paul Bettany, and Marilyn Manson partying and doing coke. He had to bring up Marilyn Manson again.
Because he's the boogeyman, because he looks scary, right?
The boogeyman, the bad guy. Well,
if anything, he just fucking talks too much, according to Johnny. Like, he needs to chill the fuck out. Like, that's not criminal. That's just being annoying. Like, he's just annoying. That's fine.
So he would stop talking. I know. Right. And there's like allegations against Marilyn Manson by Evan Rachel Hoare.
What?
And I did believe them at first, but this is now making me say, all right, I'm gonna investigate this now. I'm not gonna just believe it, right? Io claimed that Johnny Depp urinated on himself and that the security people like told him this or something. Io said that Johnny Depp told it that life was too painful to handle sober. That's how awful being around Amber was, that Johnny literally felt like he could not deal with her or life in general sober. That was because of her. We all know it. Io said that Johnny Depp made the statement that, we are married. Now I can punch her in the face and no one can do anything about it. You know that didn't happen.
Nobody believes that. You're telling me in 2022, somebody believes that you can, being married, just freely punch somebody in the face. This is literally written by a fan fiction, by some feminist, like Handmaid's Tale fan fiction, right? And even in that, by the way, they don't show that too much. But anyway, the point of the matter is that like, she really thinks that like Johnny, the amount of abuse that she described, I mean, Rihanna looks like a Tuesday, right? I mean, like literally, like Chris Brown is nothing, ain't got shit on Johnny Depp. He is the worst abuser. Exactly. This is some of the worst abuse like ever seen everywhere. Forget Hollywood. Like anyway, this is horrible levels of abuse. No, right? No. Nobody believes that about Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp doesn't have that anger in him, that sort of, I mean, if anything, he gets high and he goes to sleep. That's not, that's not the same thing.
And he passes out, he falls asleep. Yeah, and it was just so sad. You know, it said, that Johnny said that he told Io that it didn't have a lot of friends, or it couldn't have a lot of friends. And I'm thinking, you are the reason why people like you, who are not real friends, aren't discreet or trustworthy. This is why. Anytime he confides in somebody like this, look what's going to happen. Like, it must really suck to be in that position and feel like you can't trust anybody, and that the people around you are only there because of what you have to offer them financially or through fame or status or whatever, not because they actually care about you or love you. That's sad, and I think he thought that this was someone he could relate to, and have some kind of, it said, like kindred spirits or something. And that person turned around and stabbed him in the back. It's so sad, guys. It's sad. But then the last note about Io is that it is a groomer, what it did to Johnny Depp's daughter, claiming that she was on the gender fluid spectrum or possibly bisexual. She was a child at that time.
And let's be clear. Let's be very clear about this, because I want to be very clear about how depraved of a groomer Io is. Io went behind Johnny Depp's back without telling Johnny to groom Johnny Depp's daughter in order to get her to participate in the LGBTQA++ article, right?
Yes.
That was, and then went out and
photo
portrayed
shoot
her
too.
and portrayed her publicly as LGBTQA++ without
Yeah.
Johnny Depp's permission at all whatsoever.
Posted it on Instagram, a
Yep.
picture of like her with her. I mean, that's just so disgusting.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. It's vile, right?
Mm-hmm.
Christy says, and didn't Amber Heard slip in there that she spent $6 million fighting this so far, and she got Elaine for that?
Yes.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. For the amount, see, here's the problem: is that there was no settlement here. There was no statements, retractions. See, here's the problem. I think Johnny Depp would have settled if Amber was willing to come out and say this was all bullshit. Like if Amber had made it. No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
Yeah.
If Amber Heard had admitted that she lied, I'm sure Johnny Depp would have settled. Here's the problem: Amber Heard ain't ever fucking doing that.
No.
And that's the problem. That's
She
why
never
Johnny
will.
brought this case. You're seeing it for histrionics.
Yep.
BPD, like Amber, you've got to bring a case because they'll just lie, and they will never accept any responsibility for what they did.
Maliciously lie, make criminal allegations to try to destroy your life, serious matters that could send you to prison. You know, that's it's insane.
Even after this, by the way, I guarantee you, even if there's a verdict against Amber, she's going to claim it was a sexist system, it was lies, et cetera, et cetera. It was the
conspiracy.
It was the bigoted Asians on the jury and their toxic masculine cultures, like, you know, and the fact, never mind the fact that her attempt to look like Kim Jong-un in order to win them over failed. You know, she'll just go right into all the negatives. Everybody is sexist. Camille has internalized misogyny.
Oh yeah.
You know, her Latina background, you know, she's just, you know, she's been pummeled by machismo, you know, and that's what's the problem here. I mean, all that shit will happen. She will take no responsibility for this, even if
she never will.
Johnny Arbor says scar tissue in the nasal cavity from years of coke use, not a broken nose. Yes, she would. That specifically with scars on the outside without severe damage on the inside is severe damage on the inside without scars on the outside is exactly what that is.
Yep.
I gotta share a tweet that I posted with you guys, which was fucking hilarious. This one went pretty viral since I was sleeping. Okay, so this is good. So this is over on Twitter. This one got me fucking dying. Like I had to share it when I saw it. So here we go. So 10 minutes in, and this was like right when the cross was starting, and we're at 10 out of 10 Pinocchios. What her nose used to look like, what she claims it looks like, and what it looks like now.
Yes.
Right? So yeah, and guys, by the way, follow me at The Legal Mindset. If you have anything to show me or anything, send it to my either my Instagram, which is Esquire International, or here The Legal Mindset. Do not follow Legal Mindset. It's some grifting, clout chasing hoe who's essentially like the IO.
Oh dear God!
Situation.
Oh my
just trying to get likes.
You hate
but
to
it's
see
the
it.
Legal Mindset. Yeah, and it's funny because Viva Barnes during the Rittenhouse trial accidentally tagged her in everything.
No.
Which, yes, he was booming in that one. He was booming in that one.
What about Rocky Pennington? Did anything stand out to you about Rocky? I think, boring.
I mean, I was like snooze fest at that point, and also like I was getting ready. Even like at this point, I was getting ready to like review the other testimony. So frankly, Rocky Pennington, nothing popped up. Did you have anything specifically that jumped out to you on Rocky?
Yes, one thing specifically on Rocky. She says apparently that Johnny Depp did not try to break Kelly Sue's wrist. Okay, so this was the incident when they allegedly went to Hicksville, and Amber is with this lady, Kelly, who's kind of getting flirtatious with her. And the allegation was that Johnny grabbed her arm, almost broke her wrist, and said, "Get off my woman," or whatever. That's my woman. That was what Amber said happened. Oh, and later that night, he essayed her in a trailer there. Okay, so those are the allegations. Rocky said that Johnny did not try to break Kelly Sue's wrist. He just told her something like, "Stay away from my woman." She did not see Johnny Depp grab Kelly's wrist in Hicksville. That was kind of gone into, asked several different ways to make sure this never happened. She said that she did not witness Johnny Depp drinking. She said she did not witness Johnny Depp in a rage in the trailer. This is where Amber claims the essay happened. Rocky said that when she did go into the trailer the next day, she saw light fixtures knocked off the walls, but she didn't see Johnny Depp do anything. All she knows is what Amber told her and what she saw the next morning. She said it was in general disarray. So that's her own best friend saying this allegation you made probably didn't happen. He didn't try to break anybody's wrist or assault somebody, in his jealous rage. That was all a lie. It didn't happen. But she also kind of said that, well, she claimed that she didn't see anybody doing drugs except like maybe one mushroom or something like that. We all know that's a lie.
That's some bullshit.
You went to Hicksville to party. That was the whole purpose. We all know it. You're not fooling anybody. Other than that, I thought Rocky Pennington was incredibly boring to listen to. But I also wonder if there was sort of like a little lesbian relationship with those two also that maybe kind of went.
Very possible.
Just saying.
It's very possible. It's very possible that's exactly what was going down there.
Yeah.
Very,
and
very
then
possible.
she got sick of Amber too, allegedly because she wanted to prioritize other relationships in her life. And my thinking on that is Amber has to be the center of everyone's life, the center of attention. Everything has to revolve around her. And I think what she does is she wears people out. People, when they meet her, they might think she's fun or whatever. But your life becomes like being her whipping post, constant need for attention, validation. She would send people these weird videos, everything about her, me, constantly. And I think that people just can't handle that. At a certain point, it's like you're toxic and obnoxious.
It drains your batteries. Like I say it like you have, for example, with willpower, like you wake up in the morning with like a little, think about it like a video game, like an RPG where you've got like health gauge, you got your MP, your magic points, you've got your willpower, right? To do shit, right? That's why I say, if you want to go to the gym, you want to work out, do it in the morning because you've got high willpower. Like it's the most you're going to have during the day. Then you become emotionally and physically drained. Like both of those bars drain that willpower down, right? Imagine dealing with Amber Heard. That's like pretty much a critical hit to your willpower. Like just dealing with that, it's like you're in the red immediately. You're flashing. You're like, please restore health. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's immediate because the amount of drama and bullshit she's bringing in your life, and it's always the same shit. It's always the same shit. And it's like, well, then get rid of him. If he's so toxic, then file a police report. And then she never does it. If you're so injured, then go to the doctor. And she never does it.
Not once.
Imagine that. Like, no matter what you say, she's never going to fix that problem because there is no problem. It's a made up problem. It's all in her fucking head. And you can't fix that. There's no fixing that.
Exactly.
RBMK56 says Orange Woman. Yes. We all do approve. Apparently very nice as well, right? Guys, I want to show you real quick. I love you guys. And this is how much I love you guys because you guys fucking delivered. I sent out a flare and I asked for memes and other stuff. So let me show you some stuff that you guys sent me. So here you go. And I'll hide this right here. So what was it a grumpy? It smelled like the inside of a New York subway, was the size of a small meatloaf and the color of month-old guacamole. Why couldn't she just stick to throwing bottles?
Oh my goodness.
And then you guys.
Yes, you guys did it. Yes.
I'm going to, guys, there's some winners here that I'm definitely going to tweet and I'm going to put out on my community post as well. You guys are fucking great. I love you so much. Johnny, don't run away. I love you. And then this one. Say grumpy.
Yes.
So good.
Look at her face too in that one.
So good here. So good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I
man.
love the
Okay.
memes.
And then next, this is specifically for my chat, especially for my chat.
Oh my God. That is freaking terrifying.
On
That's
point.
horrifying.
And hold on.
No.
Sipping for my precious turd. Oh, so good.
Oh my God.
So good.
Just
too
look
good.
at that face though. It's perfect
fits
for that.
Perfect. It fits perfectly. It fits perfectly,
Jesus.
guys. Oh
Some
my
other
God.
guys.
Seriously, guys, you guys
Oh
are the
my
fucking
goodness.
best. Thank you so much. I am seriously dead right now. I am dead right now. I'm going to share those memes. Do not worry. But if you want to see more stuff, make sure you follow me on Locals as well. LegalMindset.locals.com. I have free information there. Twitter at The Legal Mindset. Make sure you smash. Make sure you subscribe. Christina, rated Verum. Christina, thank you so much. Please, if you go to the courtroom, let me know. Like, send me a text message, and I'll have you back on. But thank you so much for riding with us and roasting this insanity, because it is a hell of a ride. It is a
Of
hell of a ride.
course. Thanks for having me on. Thanks, guys, for getting me over 2,000 subscribers now. You love this.
It's on now. And guys, next thing is 40K subs for Legal Minds. Let's
Yes.
do it. Guys, I'm so close. So if you're watching this, guys, on the replay, if you're watching this, make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That being said, guys, I will catch you next time.